Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll the intro. And we're back. How you guys doing? You guys solid? You guys ready for the excitement that is around the corner, aka E3?
Gotta
pretty
say, my
malleable.
mouth's a tad dry right now. Just had a quarter pound of beef jerky.
Okay. You didn't have water near you?
Just filled up my grape juice. So,
Okay. I don't know where
my
water
adult sippy cup is filled.
Oh boy. Well, that's good. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bitcade. This is episode 42, I think. And I always am questioning it because I'm never that prepared. But nonetheless, hey, we're here. We're doing it. We're recording the pre-E3 show. It's all going to come out the same week as E3, so here we are. I hope you enjoy this weird posting of it all. But, yeah, now we're here. Joining me, like always, is...
Me, it's sticky.
Yeah, and then also our special guest is...
Me.
There it is. There it is. So, as Pluvio himself, Tyler is gonna be joining us here, and yeah, we're gonna talk some pre E3 predictions. Now, as we're doing this, this is the Friday before. PlayStation has not said that they will be doing anything. So we are. What do you guys want to do? Ashton and I did do E3 PlayStation predictions, but now that they're not on the official email list and they haven't really said anything, do we want to do their predictions?
Well, I'm sure they'll do something. They'll probably just have some shitty conference at some point.
Like a state of
probably
play?
not the week of E3. Yeah.
Okay.
They'll probably have one of those, and I assume they weren't going to be at E3 because they weren't the last couple of years anyway.
Yeah, 2 actually. So this is their third year they are not doing E3 because they didn't do 2019.
They like to do their own thing.
Yeah, they do state of play. So yeah, there is that. Okay, so are we gonna? So we're gonna keep our PlayStation predictions.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then fair enough. We will do that. Okay. So let's kick it off with Xbox and Bethesda. All right. Well, actually, this is what we're going to talk about. Sorry. But let me just specify. We got Xbox and Bethesda showcase, the mystery Sony showcase that may or may not happen, Nintendo, Ubisoft, and EA, which also is not officially a part of E3, but it's about a week and a half after, so we kept that in this as well. So that's what we're going to talk about. And Ashton and I did some predictions. Tyler, you're going to go off the cuff and maybe feed off of our thing here. But here are the rules that we usually go by is that if you guess a game, so if you predict a game, you can earn a point for guessing a game that will be shown, and you have the possibility of earning a second point if you get the date correct. Give or take, you get a little breathing over under, but more or less you want to be on the nose about it. So that's kind of how the rules are. We'll schedule and we'll go down the schedule here and we'll roll it off. So we're starting with Xbox and Bethesda. Ashton, if you have the capability, it is in the Google Doc, so you can go check that out if you really want to see your predictions. But I have it here in front of me.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say that even though, well, okay, actually, I'm gonna, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna say it. So I think even though EA did announce that Battlefield is gonna have some little presentation this, coming soon kind of thing. Again, this is the Friday before E3, so they haven't done it yet. But
I mean, you're gonna show it when does the E3 start?
E3 is next Friday.
What's the number of the day?
Yeah.
11th? 10th? 10th is technically, I think, when E3 starts.
Battlefield gets revealed 2 days before that.
Yeah. So I'm going to keep my prediction of this, but I think Battlefield 6 is going to be on stage for them, because with the EA and the shaking of hands that they always do with Xbox, and I think they're not going to announce the date at the little presentation. I think the best thing they're going to do at this Battlefield thing that they're going to do later this week is they're just going to show a trailer. They're not going to show a date, and then they're going to show the release date at the Xbox conference. I think that's what's going to happen. So which I predict November 19th. That is a Friday, I believe. But November 19th, I think, is the release date for that. So that's my first prediction. And then I'll move down to Ashton's first prediction, which is kicking off the Halo talk. Halo Infinite was your first prediction, Ashton. And you predicted that it will be coming out November 12th, and that also the story comes after the multiplayer release, which will be released in September. Care to elaborate on that?
Yeah, I mean, to me, kind of makes a little bit of sense given the big shakeup over there at 343, especially with the multiplayer being free to play, and they're going to be charging for the campaign and whatever else comes with that. I don't see why they wouldn't. Just have it available as soon as it's ready, over the summer or towards the end of summer, beginning of fall there. Just my thing is, like, a lot of their big shakeup is all around the campaign. They had Joseph Staten come in at the beginning of the year or at the end of last year to fix it. And I don't know how polished that's going to be, around right now. It's probably got a long road ahead of it, especially with the art team on top of that, because you gotta take into account they're going to be editing content. They're also going to be adding new content and scrapping others. It's kind of a mixed bag. You get a lot of turnover happening over there right now too. So it's there's a lot of studios working on that game. So it's kind of a jumbled hot dumpster fire right now. So it wouldn't be a bad idea to have separate releases, but we'll see.
Okay. I guess I'll give my Halo prediction as well. I didn't go as far as to say that the multiplayer is not going to be revealed until later. I don't know anything about that, so that I just kept into my lane. And my prediction is actually, let's see here. I said a little bit after what Ashton said. He's going with the with like I said, the let's see here, the 12th, and I'm going with the 16th. Now here's my reasoning. The 15th is Halo's anniversary. That's when the first Halo came out, and then it's one day before 11/17, which is one extra one for 117. So I just split the difference and I said it's coming out on a Tuesday, which is the 16th. But more than likely, it's probably going to come out on a Friday. But I'm still going with my 11/16 prediction. So,
what are your thoughts on that, Tyler?
Yeah, Tyler, you got your Halo predictions?
I don't think it's gonna be split up in terms of release date. They're probably just gonna do what they did with Halo 5. You release it shitty, you then fix it over time, damage control it, make it better. Cause I feel like if anything had to get delayed, it'd be the multiplayer. So I feel like if I like the reverse side, like say like, hey, they do split it up, campaign's coming out first. They don't. If I'm gonna go for what Ashton said, but if it doesn't happen, like I think it's nothing to like. Why would you release the multiplayer first even if it's gonna be free to play?
Mm.
You want people to pay for it, and then you refine the multiplayer because that's the thing that produces longevity for your game. Because that's what they're hoping to get back into esports. They're gonna need to have a good multiplayer, so you will refine that more than the campaign. I would hope the campaign is done
So
now.
you think it's more gonna go with the Warzone effect, where it will come later?
Yeah,
Okay,
I think it will come later.
instead
Because
of the
because
reverse.
that takes more effort to fix. You don't need to fix a campaign. There are no campaign patches. You
Mm-hmm.
have to do what you have to refine what's gonna create growth for your game, which would be like again like the Halo scene has been dead for a long time, right? Last time I'm pretty sure last time what Halo 5 probably came out what was it 2015 something like that 2016. It's
Something
been
like
a
that.
while, right? So like I would say campaign or not campaign competitive play for that game died very quickly. Uh, or they tried to breathe life back into it over and over and over, and it wasn't working.
Too little, too late though.
So no, it wasn't too. They was steady with it, but like I'm talking about breathing life into the game in terms of competitive. That was never happening. Once it ran its course again, you're fucking done. You have to pack it up, think of something else. Um, and I'm pretty sure they still have like a sort of like partnership with MLG, right? So MLG is gonna be like the fuck. Wait, no, they don't have MLG, do they? They might, but if they partner with anybody, like on the terms of like competitive play, you have to produce something to keep like those sponsorships and what. You can't just like half-ass anything. And in terms of date, I think I just have to more so agree with Ryan for symbolic numbers. We've known that they do that shit before, where like I think like the DMR had like fucking like it's something with like in the old days it was Bungie, but I'm pretty sure 343 takes it the same mantle is like they have an obsession with seven. Like I think they have seven triangles on the side of the DMR and shit like that. So well, not really with Ryan. I'll probably go like the 17th. I remember. I don't think Ryan said that.
So you're gonna say a Wednesday release to hit that
Yeah,
weird? It's a weird date, but you think that to go more symbolic with 117,
yeah,
they're gonna add the extra one to get the 1117.
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay, okay, 1117. Cool. I like how we have different dates. I like how that's a thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Ashton, I've already said two of my games, so I'll move on to a second game for you. Which we both have on our list, but I'm still gonna throw into you. Fable, and you have a.
Ah,
Now here's how this is gonna work. Um, because this is such a teased on game so far. You have not given it an exact date, so you are able to
correct.
earn about a half point on the date because you're not going to be able to get because you put it so far out. So you said 2023 is your prediction,
Mhm.
but go ahead and explain what we might see from Fable with the 2023 release.
I think we're gonna get another teaser trailer, kind of understand more about what's going on with the story, but nothing too crazy just yet. I don't think we're gonna get like everything that we want to see from Fable yet,
Okay.
just because like they are essentially because of like how dated Fable is now as an IP, like since Fable 3 came out. There's not a lot of assets they can reuse there, so they have to create all new assets for that game. Um, there's a lot of work. It's basically like they're reviving the IP, so it's like almost like just building an entirely new IP at this point because they have to start over from scratch with nothing but ideas from previous games.
Mm-hmm.
So
How
to
do you
me,
feel about the? Oh, okay, go ahead and finish your thought there. Yeah, go ahead.
to me that just makes it seem like there's going to be a longer development time, especially with Playground Games being the this is their first time getting into that space, and other to do, you know, Forza Horizon, which is kind of open world esque, but it's not at all what Fable is
Mm-hmm.
in relation to that.
Okay. Yeah. And then yeah, for me, oh shit. Let's see here. Um, lost my spot here.
You said
Fable.
fall
Yeah, fall
2022.
2022. Okay, thank you.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I think it's gonna come out. Now, here's the thing: if we aimed for a 2022 release, we had to say the season of when it would come out. That way, it still counts as a
Right.
thing there. So yeah, I'm going with fall of 2022. I think it's a good fall game. We haven't heard really anything of Xbox talking about a next year game just yet, and I think that Fable could be like a pretty solid next year sort of like, hey, get ready, like get excited because this game's coming. And yeah, it's gonna be very interesting though because because normally you get Forza Motorsport and then you get Forza Horizon the next moment, and like the next following year. But now with Playground, I mean, they did say that it is it is another studio that's working
It's its
on
own
it.
studio.
Yeah,
They opened
I
a
mean,
new
it's
one.
still Playground, but it's another team in Playground that's doing it. So it'd be interesting if if they actually release like Forza Horizon and Fable at the same time, where you got two Playground games coming out, which isn't too off the table, but yeah. Tyler, do you have anything to add to Fable?
No, I mean it's been out of the game for like very long. You can say it's like the same thing as like God of War in a way. Like it essentially. I guess I gotta kind of agree with like the new IP because you need new ideas. 'Cause you have to compete with other big like blockbuster games coming out right now. So it's definitely a little bit more work cut out for them. But I'm pretty sure it can be done. I personally have never played a Fable game, but I've heard very good things about it. So it's just something that I can like, even though I don't play it, it's something I can keep my eyes on for
Mm-hmm.
sure.
I will say this.
Oh, go ahead. Yep.
Um, if I were to, if I had to pick who took over Fable, I would have picked Obsidian instead.
They didn't have them at the time. I don't think. I think they've been working on this
Matches
longer
their
than
sense
we
of humor.
think. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Okay.
It's only been like the last 2 years.
But I mean, like we know that was confirmed. We didn't know what Microsoft was doing before that either, because there was rumor that Playground was taken
Well,
over long
that's
before
around the
we
time
actually
they
officially
opened
got
that. That's around the time they opened up that new studio.
it. That they opened up like the other team.
Yeah.
Okay, because like I of what I remember, if like it's been a couple longer than the when we officially got it reviewed or like revealed that Playground was moving on it.
There was already rumors for it. Very like, even like the previous Lionhead Studios, like lead, the guy who basically created Fable. Um, he found out who it was in the new studio that opened up that year, which was about a year before they showed us anything on Fable.
So the next one that I'm just gonna throw out there because I kind of skipped it. I think Crossfire X is gonna get some sort of thing going on. I think it's coming out September 17th. Is my prediction on that. And I think it's just gonna be more campaign stuff because I think that's what everyone's kind of focused on is what Remedy is gonna do with that, like with the story for that. And I don't know. I'll probably get it just because I want to play a Remedy game again. And I love when like pretty much anything that Remedy makes. I still haven't played. Oh God, what's that game that came out? Control, right? That's Control. Yeah. But I haven't played that yet. But I do love the Alan Wake series, and I love pretty much anything that they touch. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Then let's see here. On to we've mentioned that Bethesda is now a part of this, and that it something could be shown pretty big here.
Hold on. Crossfire X.
Oh, you got
That's
something to
the,
say? Okay.
Yeah, that's a military game, right?
That's that one that was kind of like, yeah, it's a military
Because
one.
Remedy doesn't have to try hard for that. Because from what I remember, Crossfire X was a Japanese exclusive game on PC.
On PC, yes.
Yeah. So I mean, they don't really, like I mean, I guess I can only
Well,
say I hope it's good.
Crossfire was Crossfire X is the Xbox exclusive. So.
Yeah, well, but they're basically picking up off of where like the old one left behind.
Yeah,
so the only thing we can really hope is that it transfer over as well, but we wouldn't really be privy to that or like really have any knowledge on that because we didn't play like what it was in Japan. So it's kind of like a copy paste, but I feel like they're bound to like add something to it. So it's just like hoping what they do because I was interested in it, but I didn't get to play the beta. So I was busy. I think I was in school.
Beta
So-
was a little, more to be desired with the multiplayer aspect of things, but we didn't get to play the campaign yet, and that wasn't even confirmed what was going on with that. So, yeah. Let's see here. So the next thing, again, Bethesda also part of this conference. But Ashton, what are we looking at? What's the first game on that list there that we hope is gonna be there?
Starfield.
Okay, you can go ahead and take the lead on this one here.
Well, what did I? Let me see. Oh, yeah. I just have that it's going to be coming out probably next year. It's been kind of in the dark for a long time now, and I feel it's about ready to be coming out.
Yeah, I think you need to add a time for that to get a full thing for it.
I'm trying to think, because I mean, the last thing that we got was like as good as the fucking teaser trailer for Fable, which was nothing.
Yeah.
So, God, what else do they have coming out around? I'm gonna say, April.
April. Okay. April of 2022.
2022. Yeah.
Okay. I went with February of next year. I think it's a good time. We're gonna to see, like, Microsoft doesn't usually come out with big titles in the very beginning of the year. This is a solid, good single player game to kind of toss out there when No Man's Land right in February. You leave January to PlayStation because they'll probably do something there, but you take February, you dominate it, and everyone plays your game. And the other thing is, we're going to probably talk about it right now, is Starfield going to be an exclusive? It's heavily rumored that it will be. Okay, you think it's going to be exclusive? It's so interesting because it's like it could and it couldn't. It's like, where does it go here? Like, what? I don't know. It's just
I feel like they're gonna have something from Bethesda that's gonna be something in that powerhouse that's gonna be exclusive, and I don't think it's gonna be Elder Scrolls. So I don't think they would do that.
So you think this is, since it's a new IP, it's a good jumping off
it's a
point
good place
to say,
to start. Yeah.
And to me, I look at it as like everyone criticized, and I've told you guys this, and I just haven't said it on here. I think that Microsoft gets criticized and run through the coals constantly about how they don't have exclusives, and you got the other people on the other side that is talking about how, like, if they make Starfield, it's a terrible decision, blah blah blah. They own the company. Microsoft owns that company. They can do whatever the hell they want to do with it. So if they want to make a game exclusive, they can sure as shit do it if they want to. That, to me, is a good business move in the sense of get an exclusive that everyone is craving. You got to get the craving, and if it's good, you're going to sell consoles. You start selling, your thing. And Microsoft's never been the one to sell hardware because they don't really give a shit about it. They want the subscriptions. They want those Game Pass things. And if this comes Game Pass in February and they're saying, like, yeah, if you're on Xbox, you get it for free. And it's also an exclusive. That, to me, is a reason to sign up for Game Pass. Like, that keeps people going, okay, yeah, I'll keep my subscription going. I'll keep going with this. But I don't know. Tyler, any words on Starfield, the space RPG that is to presumably be coming very, very soon from Bethesda?
It has the best chance of becoming an exclusive since it is a new IP. Because, again, it's not going to happen to Elder Scrolls by any means. I think that's more of an upset than Starfield would ever be, because no one knows if it's going to be good or not. And with that being said, we also need to see more. Cause it wasn't some fucking like galaxy backdrop shit shown from.
Yeah, it was as teasy as a teaser can possibly tease.
Yeah, so it's like it there's nothing fucking there. So that's definitely that. Again,
that was 2 years ago. Or 3 years ago? 2 years ago?
I'm giving it 2. I wouldn't say 3. That's
2.
fucking
I think it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, because that's when like didn't like Bethesda have like some fucking fancy stage and Todd Howard just tonguing. I'm like,
Yeah.
That's a Bethesda conference summed up right there.
yeah. So like,
Fancy stage, Todd Howard.
Yep, that's pretty much
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
So it's they need to just show more as like I said the best chance at being an exclusive. That's about it. I mean, I'll again like it's not something I've been following, but there's nothing to follow at the moment. So
Mhm.
it's something to look at going forward to see how it's gonna be. Like if it could just like the only I think space game that you would have to compete with and it's very easy to win is No Man's Sky.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, to that to that type of sort of thing. But even
Yeah, like
then,
it's
it's like
focused
there's
on
nothing to the level of, I mean, other than Outer Worlds, maybe. And
I
even
feel
then,
like even if
Microsoft owns that
you
property now, so it doesn't
yeah,
really care.
but even a refined like now No Man's Sky, I feel like to me is more enjoyable personally than an Outer Worlds.
Hmm.
Well,
That's
those are
just me.
two very different games, though.
But we're
So.
talking about on the concept of space travel. I mean, games always gonna be different, but the concept of space travel, I can tell you which one I'd have more fucking fun with.
Yeah, I mean, there
Because
isn't
you
really any space travel in other than like you're
exactly,
on a ship and you're moving to one place to the other. It's more of the
exactly that's
story
what I
that
mean.
Obsidian focused on, sure. And then that would be kind of cool. Is that maybe we'll get more like of a Mass Effect sort of type of thing from Bethesda. And like to me, I want to love those Bethesda games so much. Like I know that they're good. It's like Zelda to me. Like I know they're good games. I just never can get into them. I
You
just
don't like
never
medieval stuff.
that yeah, but it's like I just don't know why like even the mechanics of the game just don't send me to the moon with it, no pun intended. So like but like when a sci-fi game does an RPG like Outer Worlds or Mass Effect, those games sell for me. Those are like solid games. I love them. I will play them, all the way to the end, and I want to know. I want to keep playing. And like Fallout is pretty close, but it's just too bare and empty. And that's the
Fallout's very
point.
rare.
I mean, yeah, and that's the point. So I'm not gonna like knock it for doing that, but it is a thing that I'm just kind of like, I like the idea, but I'll love it from afar. Like, so I'm very excited that mainline Bethesda is getting their hands on a space RPG. I can't wait.
Yeah,
So,
I just personally hope like with including like Mass Effect, like as you just did, uh, I really hope that knowing Bethesda, it doesn't fall to like again I'm gonna bring this up like kind of like No Man's Skies like kind of like what I consider a failure for me is like when I think of space travel and a fight, I feel like the emphasis on No Man's Sky wasn't really to fight anything.
yeah,
Now
it's
if
a
you add
travel and
like, knowing
explore.
Yeah.
Bethesda, like they've done shooters, so I would expect
That would
more
be kind of cool. Get some dogfights, in
yeah,
space
kind
and
of like
stuff like
get
that.
emphasis on more weapons. Like I said, like add like a Mass Effect kind of flair to it,
Yeah,
while also
make
adding
it
like extensive
a
space travel.
reason to doctor up your spaceship sort of thing.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, all right. That would be cool, and that wouldn't be too far. And especially since Bethesda loves the crafting, so
Exactly.
that could be pretty cool. Um, so I guess what's the hope and dream? I mean, we can say the dates that we have here. I got February of next year.
Go, go ahead.
Uh, Ashton's got April of next year, and then Tyler, any prediction?
Let me say June.
June next year. Okay, a
Yeah,
little summer release. That could be a good
yeah.
Bethesda time. Um, okay, and so I mean Tyler kind of mentioned some of the things, but of what he wants in it. But what do you think we're going to be seeing if we see Starfield? What do you think is going to be shown here?
I think they're also gonna try their hand at another multiplayer. So
You think they're
having
going to make Starfield
something,
multiplayer?
I think so.
That would be interesting. I mean, to be cool, because I mean, to be able to like fly around and do stuff like that would be very cool.
Yeah.
Um, so
I don't know. It just really depends because if you look at Elder Scrolls for example, they're not really at all heavy on cutscenes.
uh-huh.
Like they just aren't. It's everything they do. Typically with Elder Scrolls is gonna just be all in engine, like any sort of story thing that's happening is happening in the game, like not rendered, pre-rendered or anything. It's just real time. Um, so I feel like it wouldn't be too far of a stretch for them to do that, especially with their little experiment they did with Fallout and how that flopped. I feel like they were able to learn a lot from that. I hear it runs really well now. So if they were to
Fallout
do it
76 is
right,
what you're talking about.
yeah,
Okay.
Fallout
Yeah.
76.
Mm-hmm.
If they were to, take what they learned from that and do it right, I think it would be an even better game multiplayer. Honestly, I feel like most games, except for what I personally feel like, horror games typically are just better solo,
Mm-hmm.
depending on the game. But I feel like a space RPG. I mean, just think of like getting with like 80 people and having like a fucking space battle just because.
Yeah, or like or do the Destiny route. You get raids going. You start doing some raids
Yeah.
in Starfield and whatnot. I think there's definitely potential of where they could go here. I'm trying to also think like Bethesda. Like what speaks Bethesda, and obviously single player is definitely where the bread and butter is.
they
But
shine,
but you know their mainline titles, like how you were just saying with Fallout and Skyrim, or Fallout and Elder Scrolls, both having online versions of those games, have done pretty well. I mean, obviously a very rough start with Fallout 76, but and like you were just saying, it picked up. It eventually got its audience, and it's kind of trucked on to being what it is. So like to have it right off the bat and included in the single player game, that'd be very bold. But we'll see. We'll definitely see if they can do that.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. I just don't just be wary of pre-order bonuses this time around. Let's learn
Yeah.
from Fallout 76.
Yeah, that's very true. Though we do have
God,
Xbox
that
to
was
kind of
dumpster fire.
be a part of that now, so we'll see if they even greenlight that. They're like, we know what you do. Any final words on Starfield before we move on?
I'm excited.
Okay, yeah, very much. One of my most look forward to games from the Bethesda studio.
I just want to see something.
Yeah. The next one is that I have on my list. Oh, actually, yeah, I already did one that was on my list. So let's go to one that you have on your list. The Obsidian game Avowed, teased just last year. Go ahead and explain that to us all here for those that forgot.
Well, it looks like a more fantasy inspired, like Elder Scrolls. It's apparently, according to them, it's the game that they've always wanted to make. And since they were acquired, they were then told by Microsoft to just fucking fuck off and do whatever they want. And they're like, cool, we can do our game now. And the little teaser trailer we got, was it last year or the year before?
I believe it was last year.
That it looked cool, but I don't know if it was in engine or if that was pre-rendered. I don't know. They didn't really specify that. So it looked really cool. They're showing off some magic and some other shit, but it's basically about as much as we know right now. And I think I don't think I have a release date for that.
You do not.
I have no idea. I honestly have zero clue. I don't think they would release it the same year as Starfield.
Oh no.
I just feel like that would be a huge conflict there. I'd say it'd probably be a 2023 release if I were to actually guess. If I had to pick a year, 2023 would be it.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't have it on my list. I don't think it's gonna be there per se, but it'd be cool if it is. I'm obviously, I love what Obsidian makes. I love a lot of the games that they put out. So
Their humor is fantastic.
yeah, and it would be even awesome, and that might be what brings me into the fantasy world. Is maybe Avowed, maybe adding that bit of humor and that draw to like grab me, to pull me into a game like that, might be that little push off the edge for me to play it. So I'm excited for that too. I'm just more of like lenient, I guess. I'm more of like, if it comes out, it comes out. Or and I'll love it from afar and hope that it has the humor, the little that Obsidian always loves to add in their games, and to give them a full budget now. I'm pretty excited to see what they could do with being not only the leads of it, but having the money to do whatever they wanted to do. So, Tyler, anything about Avowed fantasy game coming
Uh,
from Obsidian?
it besides what we saw, only thing I could get from it is just like another thing, like Skyrim esque in nature. Uh, and that's really all I really got from it. Can it be interesting? Yeah, I think honestly the trailer we saw was not in-game footage. I'm pretty sure I was pre-rendered. 'Cause that shit looked a little too clean to like believe like, oh shit, this is in-game. I
Yeah,
was like, oh, what the fuck.
definitely a little
But
animated there.
oh yeah, it definitely was. It was really cinematic.
It was pretty cinematic. Yeah.
So that's probably pre-rendered. But besides that, no, it's definitely interesting. One of the games I say like I probably could see myself like actually like saying like, oh, I can get that because like I played Skyrim. I enjoyed Skyrim a lot. So this is just it draws me to this game even more.
Okay. Uh, the next game I have on my list is Hellblade 2. The very highly underrated Hellblade. The sister game to Heavenly Sword, but not. It's still Hellblade. It's very cool that one, this game has been. It's definitely has to be coming out this year. We got a super heavy teaser and all in engine on the Xbox Series X last year at the Game Awards, and to present the Xbox Series X, and it looked absolutely insane. Like if that game looks anywhere near what they said, and they said it's an engine, so that it was running on Xbox Series X, which that to me, that game is next gen. That is a next gen game, and I cannot wait to see how beautiful it. Because the first one looks absolutely gorgeous, but they did kind of cheated a little bit because obviously some of it's live action, so they didn't put all animated. But this looks very much all mocapped and ready to go, and to present some amazing graphics. And I think it's really cool. Very sort of spooky, but not really spooky. It's more of just
makes you feel uneasy because
and
they deal with the schizophrenia.
Yeah, that's the point of the game too, is to go through what someone with schizophrenia and anxiety have and have to deal with on a daily basis, and that's what she goes through too. So how do you guys? So for me, I think it's coming out this year, October 8th release date. They're gonna be like, yep, this game's coming out, but we're not gonna release it too close to Halo. But nevertheless, it is coming out this year, so that's why I said October 8th for me. Ashton, what are you thinking?
I'm going with October 19th. I honestly can't wait. I played that one on stream, and that was a hell of a good time for everybody involved. God, that was a fantastic game. I do hope for a slightly more fluid combat system.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was the one thing that could have been a lot better, I feel like, in the first game. So I'm really hoping they gonna take that ball and run with it for the second game. Because, man, that game is fantastic.
Tyler, any thoughts on Hellblade 2?
It definitely is fucking interesting. I mean, the only thing that really caught me about the game was the fucking soundtrack. I actually listened to the like the intro song that they used during the trailer, like on my own time.
When she's chanting.
Yeah, no, that's an actual song.
Yeah.
Like that band performs that shit live.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh yeah, and the lady in that group has some of the most like fucking like one of the most like ethereal voices I've ever fucking heard. I'll play it for you later. But she can fucking sing. She wasn't really saying anything. She was just vocalizing the entire time, and it
Yeah, more of that
sounded as if
Nordic chant sort of thing.
no, the guys are doing the chanting. She was just doing like the harmonizing, whatever the fuck.
Harmonizing.
But yeah, she like it felt like I died and went to heaven, and that was fucking great. So that's what made me like, oh shit, this may be some fire. The same thing I felt like for the quick segue to like when fucking what was that game that got announced? The thing that was supposed to kill Destiny. What's the game? What's the game?
Anthem.
Yeah, Anthem had a fucking weird one too. They had some lady that was like doing like chants, but she had like a board that she could control, and it would like alter like the pitch of her voice. Sometimes some of the soundtracks of these games do really make it for me, and those two, it's fucking wicked.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something I want to play for sure. And I guess if you want me to give a release date for it, I'm gonna go ahead and say like middle of November.
What would you say? November?
Yeah, for like a release date, middle of November.
Middle of November. Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it definitely seems very interesting. And you know what's even more kind of cool about that game? That the main character, I always forget her name. But she was actually a game dev. She was not an actress. She was a
Mm.
stand-in, and then eventually they were like, "Oh, like let's just use you," and so she eventually just took the role as
I
the
mean,
main
is
character.
her name not like Senua? Like no bullshit.
Oh yeah,
Like
I just
no.
send you it.
Okay,
That's right.
it's in the title.
It's in the
Like,
title. Yeah, I didn't have the title written in front of me.
Yeah, I wasn't by the mic. I was screaming from the living room.
Oh.
I had to. My dog took a shit.
Oh, yep, been there, done that. Yeah, so yeah, because Senua's Sacrifice, is that what it is?
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's very cool that she's gotten to be
She's a
she's a
game
good
dev
actress.
on the
So
game.
what?
She's a game dev on that game.
Yeah, I believe
Oh,
so.
she's a game dev. Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, and I just can't wait to see the
Man,
cutscenes, the 4K.
that girl was busy then.
Oh yeah.
Being a game dev and doing all that shit. Ooh.
If I remember correctly, that was that game. Okay.
She got two full-time jobs.
Ashton, go ahead and say your next one here.
I mean, we might as well go back and hit up Elder Scrolls 6.
Oh, we skipped that. Lol. Okay.
Yeah, I was like,
I-
oh, it's
I'm-
perfect segue, and then you went Hellblade. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh.
I did see that. Okay, go ahead.
So we got Elder Scrolls 6. I think it's the Hammerfell region. We got like a teaser trailer panning over some mountains, and that's basically all we got.
So you don't
I
know
have-
exactly the region yet, but you just
I
are
think-
assuming.
I think it's Hammerfell. I don't remember if they did say that or not, but I'm pretty sure it's Hammerfell.
Okay.
Yeah, it's that's pretty much all we got. I mean, I don't even think they came out with a year that this shit's coming out, so. But I also don't know how long they've been working on it, so that's the other thing too. God, I don't know. I have no idea when it's gonna come out. I have it written on here, summer 2023, but after talking about Avowed, I mean, I might change that. I think it actually might come out sooner rather than later.
Really?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be flipping on that because it's been a while since 5 came out. 5 came out in what, 2012?
11, because I think it was 11, 11, 11.
2011.
It was 11, 11, 11.
So I mean, I'm gonna say that shit is gonna be coming out next year in the summer.
Wow. Summer release. All right, go ahead and
Summer
add that to the
release.
notes too.
Especially because of the region, because to go with the current climate of the world, we're looking at tropics and mountains. So I mean, that's just a guess, a very obviously uneducated guess, because none of us are in the industry ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
or even work at Bethesda. So, um, yeah, that's limited knowledge. It's just me going off of, it's been quite a while. It's been a decade almost
Yeah,
since
and
Skyrim
it's
came
been
out.
put on everything. Well, Skyrim has been put on everything, including Alexa. So,
Yeah,
Played a little bit of
um,
that.
it's time. It's
yeah.
time.
Um, Tyler, what do you think about Elder Scrolls 6?
Um, I said it's good. I don't know like what to really think of it because I just I mean I guess because I didn't really grow up playing like the other like Elder Scrolls games. I would hope like my only like thing I could say is like I would hope is like it's something like Skyrim, but Skyrim's the one I had the most fun with.
Yeah.
Uh, so it's like I really want it to be like that, but then you can't always like you got to become better, you know. You definitely have to like
Yeah.
shoot big on this one. So hopefully they do. And a new region would be nice. You know, I forgot what the fucking trailer looked like to be honest. It's been that long, and it was
It
honestly
just showed
so
some mountains.
insignificant to me. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Uh, There's a lot more
Uh,
green, earthy, and not like snowy like how Skyrim is. Skyrim is a pretty. I think it's like pretty northern in the world there.
yeah. So it's oh, like I said, a new area would be nice. But if I had to pick like a day in which it'll release, I would definitely have to say, I'm gonna go with like March of next year.
Hmm.
Oh, you're going March. Okay. Okay. I hope.
He did flip his though. He said Starfield comes out mid of next year. So he's now saying that. So his is a little flip flop than ours. So makes sense time wise for him. But that would be a little interesting if that would be like a definite like, and it comes out next year. You're like, oh, hey. Yeah, that would be pretty dope. I'm not really an Elder Scrolls fan, so I can't really say like I hide nor hair of it. So it's kind of like to me. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's see. The next one that I have here is we have to see Perfect Dark. We got to see more Perfect Dark. This is being made by the big studio from Microsoft.
The Initiative.
The Santa Monica studio that apparently is making a
Quadruple
quadruple A, whatever the fuck that means. And
I wonder what the money cap is for that, because that's just
and who even knows what that looks like too?
So.
Like what does a quadruple A game look like?
It's what No Man's Sky should have been.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, that game is not even a double A, I don't think.
Yeah, that was an indie game at a point.
Yeah.
It was a Kickstarter game actually, I think. But yeah,
yes.
it's been very interesting that we got the secretiveness of like, oh, what are they gonna be making, and then all of a sudden, boom, here we go. So I think Perfect Dark. I never played a Perfect Dark game. I've always heard that they're really fun. We did get kind of, Perfect Dark's always kind of hit the Xbox. I think they were the last to kind of get a Perfect Dark game, because Rare owns it. I think they own the license for that. And it was on the 64, so it's been around for ages. But it is cool. Like I would love to see a single player like Secret Ops sort of like style of a character come to the forefront. And a lot of like this goes back to everyone talks about Microsoft needs single player games. Microsoft needs those big titles that are gonna soar to the sky and sell consoles. Perfect Dark is definitely a setup for something like I think being in the light of their version of Uncharted or their version of a like sort of thing. I wouldn't say action adventure really, but I would definitely say like to the level of how people look at PlayStation and think Uncharted. I think Perfect Dark could become that next thing. But yeah, so my prediction of it is holiday of next year. That to me seems like a perfect time for them. You get your big holiday release, and and that to me seems like, yeah, let's push,
I am intrigued.
next year.
'Cause
Here we go.
That was like the most bizarre fucking teaser trailer ever.
Oh yeah, you don't even know what it is
There's
until the
so much
very,
shit
very,
going on.
very end. Yeah.
I was just like, what the hell am I watching? You know, sidebar, if we are even slightly correct about like the time frame for any of these games,
Yeah.
they're literally gonna have too many fucking games for us all to play and have
Oh
fun.
yeah, but look at what we're sitting at right now. It's because of COVID, like that we have all these games just stacked on each other right now because we got nothing. We have nothing right now. Nothing really came out last year. Like, what did we get? The only game I really look at is like Spider-Man Miles Morales. Like that was like the only game I was like, oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And so, but I don't know. Like but you know that if these are anywhere near correct, that it would be very much of a, if you thought your back catalog looked bad now, think again of the next like year and a half. Tyler, I don't know if you remember the Perfect Dark trailer, but what do you think about that's coming soon?
Yeah, really fucking weird trailer. Again, like you said, you didn't really know what it was until the end. I think we were all like shouting guesses, and none of us are fucking right. I think I actually one me or you may have gotten it right when you saw the logo because they did flash the logo, and I did
Hmm.
try to play the first Perfect Dark like last year, and fuck that, I couldn't do it.
I think it is on
was like,
Rare Replay. If you
yeah, I
wanna,
have it.
yeah.
It was just too fucking hard. I was like, no, fuck this. It's like some stupid ass mission. It's just like eat my ass.
Mhm.
But it'll be nice to play because I really enjoyed the second one. Yeah, second one. I played that a lot because growing up without any like real Wi-Fi and no online, you just learn to do shit by yourself. So it was a lot of like computer versus me matches all the time. And
Mhm.
I did like I think one of the funnest things I love doing, or the best thing I love doing was like you had the FAMAS in the game, and you could like everything had an alternate fire, and the FAMAS's alternate fire that you could fucking turn it into like a turret that when you were out of ammo, you could throw it on the ground and it would shoot for you or some shit. It was
Oh, what?
yeah, I think that's what it was because actually every weapon, almost not every weapon, but like some weapons had alternate fires, and that was pretty dope.
So we might. So Perfect Dark had multiplayer.
It had a means of it. Yeah, that's what I used to do. I used to set up like computer matches. So yeah, I guess you say yeah, it's multiplayer.
Yeah, I mean, like it could possibly. I mean, it having multiplayer is not out of the
There are
question.
possibilities for a new one.
Yeah,
No.
that to me seems really cool, and because to me, when if we really think about it, like let's be honest, we predominantly play on Xbox, and so that's kind of where our heart lies with with Team Green, but like, you know. You gotta look at our mascots, and it's not looking too great. Like, to be really honest, like we have Marcus, who's not even really the main character anymore. He's just there. You got Master Chief, who's not putting out the top tier like games that everyone. I mean, they're good games, but they're not gonna sell the console like how we wish and hope they would. And then that's really it. Like that's all we got. And so it kind of comes down to, well, what else can we have? And I think bringing games like Fable, bringing games like Perfect Dark back, you can allow those mascots to like really symbolize, and I think The Last of Us proved it's never too late to get a representative for your brand. Like Ellie and Joel are very much PlayStation. Scream PlayStation, as Kratos does, and Kratos has been around since 2006. So like,
Yeah, they really revived the shit out of him.
Exactly, and and that to me it also proves it's like you can bring back that character and really make it like, yeah, this is now a pillar for our group, our company, our console. So yeah, it'd be cool to have yeah. I can't remember what her name is. Is it Agent Zero? No, is it? No, it's Dark. No, is Agent Dark? No,
Agent
I don't.
Dark.
I don't know. I can't remember what her name is. But yeah,
Dark 30.
But yeah,
No, yeah. I think it is Agent Dark.
Okay.
Because like her father's like well, for the second one at least, like her father's agent. Because I don't think the first and second ones are the same girl. Because one has black hair, and the other one gets orange hair. And I'm just now playing through the first one. I may like revisit it after this conversation, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Agent Dark.
Yeah.
Maybe that's her daughter or something. What do I know?
Because I was really hoping that Lara was going to be it, but now Square's kind of put a hold on the old Tomb Raider franchise, so we won't be seeing much of her anytime soon.
Final Fantasy 14 stuff. I don't know that much.
Yeah. So yeah. Ashton, did you say? Oh, you don't have that on your list. Okay, never mind. All right, give me
I don't
another
know
one
enough
from
about
your list here. I think we got two more for. Or
Um,
yeah, you got two more. I got one more.
Oh yeah, I said Psychonauts will come out this year, holiday, December 7th.
Okay. By the way, Tyler, I don't know if you said when you think Perfect Dark is coming out. You want to go ahead and throw that
No,
out?
I did it. I will say, damn. I want to say this year, but we haven't really seen much. So I mean, I'll still say I'll say like November this year.
November of this year.
Yeah.
That would be quite a fucking November for Team Green. All right.
Mhm.
We don't only have Halo.
Yeah.
We got Perfect Dark. Scratching the single player itch right there. All right. Let's see here. Okay, so go ahead. Go back to Psychonauts. What
Psychonauts 2, December 7th. I'm not a Psychonauts fan. It just doesn't interest me.
Mm-hmm.
I
But it
I
seems
just
like a
think it's gonna come out
perfect.
this year.
Yeah, it seems like Double Fine, kind of do.
I mean, it's cool. Jack Black's in it, so.
Not this one. He was in Brutal Legend.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Oops.
But the guy that plays oh god, I'm about to die. Oh man, he's like a very famous voice actor, and I cannot for the life of me. I think he plays Zim, if I'm right, from Invader Zim. Yeah, and he plays the main character. But as you can clearly tell, we are huge Psychonauts fans here. That's why it wasn't on my list. But yeah. Any Psychonauts talk there, Tyler?
Nah.
Hell no.
Okay.
Not play. I just know it's been around for a long fucking time.
Yeah.
It has been begged for from those fans for a very, 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 very long time. Okay,
There's also,
so
Richard Steven Horvitz.
Everwild coming out.
Everwild? You think Everwild's coming out?
Yeah, I think it'll come out this year.
Now, go ahead and recap us on what Everwild is. I only just learned about this game.
Yeah, but I mean, even with the trailer, you kind of don't know. Like they show off, like there's lots of like creatures. It looks like Zelda Breath of the Wild in terms of the art style. But they didn't really show us gameplay. It's all like cinematic stuff. You just like have animals following you around and shit. I don't know what's going on. It looks pretty. It looks like an Xbox game, like an indie Xbox game, even though I don't think it is an indie game.
No.
But I don't know. It just kind of falls within that. Like you look at it and you're kind of like, yeah, that looks like it's probably an Xbox game or a Switch game. You know, they just kind of go for that art style. Like for example, like Ori. You know, it kind of is like.
Yeah, very artistic sort of view.
Yeah.
That Xbox has been kind of thrown at games like you were saying, Ori and the Blind Forest or Ori and the Will of the Wisp.
Great games, by the way. Oh my god, please play them.
Yeah, I didn't even know about this game, but you're predicting when it's coming out?
Yeah, September 24th.
Yeah. Tyler, do you know anything about Everwild?
No, it looks like, from like what I gathered from it, it looks like along the lines of like a tell me why life is strange sort of thing. It seems to be, to me at least, what I get from it is like a coming of age story, just told from like a different perspective, that of like just animals, one more creative way to say it. But I'm pretty sure the kids, like they're kids, I'm pretty sure they're in school. And I think it even more so may dive into like the sexuality of like people nowadays. Because it just seemed like one of those. I could be totally wrong, but that's what I got from it when I'm watching. That's fine. You know, if you're definitely into that, I'm not gonna knock it. we're gonna like piggyback off of that. Hey, tell me why it's free for Pride Month. But uh, I'm not really into story games. Like I won't even play fucking The Walking Dead.
Mm.
I just can't. I recognize it as a great game, good story. I can't play it myself. Like the conversation we have with Resident Evil and me, can't fucking do it. But it's just something that I feel like I would want to look at a little bit, because if it's what I said, like about like representation coming of age, I think it's worth to put under a certain lens, not a lens of like criticizing, but a lens like something to pay attention to, because those are always good for people to feel like they're included in something. So something to look at.
All right. The last thing I had on my list was something from the Coalition, aka the guys who make Gears of War. I think we're gonna get some sort of Gears project that's in the works. I'm not sure if we're getting Gears 6, but I think we'll get some sort of Gears-esque thing. Because like I don't know what the hell Coalition's working on right now. There's nothing that they've said. The last game they put out was Gears 5, or actually no, it was
Tactics.
Gears Tactics, yeah. And maybe we'll might get another spin-off of some weird game, or we get Gears 6. I don't know. But like, yeah, I like I was talking about earlier. You need those mascots that represent that brand, and to not have those games coming out would definitely hurt. And I think that if they're gonna go with having the Coalition making those games specifically, because that's kind of what they do. 343 makes Halo, Coalition makes Gears. I think that this would be definitely a good time to at least tease it. So I didn't have a date. I don't have anything. I'm kind of like avowed. This is like my avowed, essentially. I think we're just gonna get something teased that, hey, guess what? Gears still exists, and it's not just gonna be DLC updates anymore. And we'll get like some new game. So at some point in time.
Okay.
Anything
I still
else?
haven't beaten Gears 5 because I'm waiting for my new monitor to come in so I can play that in the highest fidelity I can.
Yeah, that game definitely looks great in 4K. You got HDR, solid. Looks really, really cool. It was honestly, because it came out when I had the Xbox One X. I still have my Xbox One X, but when I got I was like, this is the reason. This game alone proves that it looks phenomenal, and the reason why I bought that. And then all of a sudden, a couple months later, you get your Series X that comes out. But but yeah, so yeah, I think Coalition's got something in the works, and we'll get a little tease. Any you think, Tyler, you got anything you thinking that
They fucking better.
Oh, there you go.
There's
Plain
nothing
simple.
fucking going on. I didn't even finish Gears 5.
Did they leave it open for a sequel,
I
like on a
didn't beat Gears
cliffhanger,
5.
Ryan?
don't fucking know.
I didn't complete it either. Other games got involved.
And
so
stop fucking going back on this fucking 2-player bullshit. Stop. Fucking annoying.
You don't like 2 players?
No, not for Gears. You have too many characters for that.
Gears is a 2-player game. It's always been 2 players.
No,
Dom and Marcus.
4 for 3. It was 4 for 3.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like,
4.
what I'm saying.
But
Okay, so you want 4 players.
dead.
You want 4-player co-op at least
Yes.
now. Okay,
Mhm.
all right. Because like
I
at the
guess it
time
only
when the
fits
360
because-
was around, you only could do
Yeah,
the
but
2
we
players.
had Gears. So Gears 3 is what I'm talking about. So like
Yeah.
they showed you, hey, like it's possible. Well, we're gonna double back and take
Okay,
it
so that's
further.
what you're saying
Like,
is you want them to go back to the 4-player co-op.
yeah, it
scenario.
only works for the story, but I feel like like the introduction of like 3 players for Gears 5 was a little bit of a slap in the fucking face. I didn't understand that one because Gears 5, 3 players, that third person has to play as fucking Jack or the fucking robot. It's not Jack anymore. The robot's name is different. But you have to play as a fucking robot.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
in
have to
the
upgrade
in
the
that
robot.
in that on that horde sort of weird thing.
No, I'm talking about for the for campaign. For campaign of Gears 5, you play the
yes.
robot. It's like, okay, in old Gears, Marcus always had a robot. I think they just called him Jack.
Yeah, Jax.
Yeah. He's not in 5.
Yeah, he's a new one.
Random
Yeah.
robot. Yeah, and that's who you play. That's who the third person plays as in Gears 5. So basically, your job is you could shock somebody, you can go invisible, or you can fetch weapons and or ammo and bring it to like the other players. I'm like, this is
Okay, I see what you're saying now.
It's a little,
That's the little brother that gets to play.
I got cucked. That's what you assign somebody to that role. You know, only
Yeah,
I
you're
guess.
like,
Oh yeah, you can upgrade him. Like I don't give a fuck about upgrading.
go get me that box over there.
Yeah, hey, go fetch you that box over there. It's like, alright, come on, you gonna talk to me with a little more respect than that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that really rounds up the Xbox Bethesda predictions. Do you guys have anything else?
Absolutely not.
That's all I
Okay.
got.
All right. Yeah. I'll Ashton. There's an email from E3 that has the schedule. If you can go in there, it's in the Primal Target thing. Can you go and just tell us when the Xbox showcase is? It's in there. Um, and I'll vamp here for a second. But yeah, so
How far down?
it should be like right there. The email. It should be like right at the top of the email. It just says from E3. But
My account's messed up.
yeah, but anyway, you guys at home, go ahead in the comment section below if you guys have any predictions of where you think Xbox and Bethesda are going to go this year of 2021. Go ahead, leave it in there. See what you guys see how good you guys can do compared to what we got. If you guys got same game, different date, throw it in there. We always want to hear what you guys have to say. So, I don't know if you found that email yet.
Since we changed the password, I have to
Oh yes,
redo it
yes.
now. So I'll need a minute.
Okay. And we will get that time there for you. I think it's the first day, or no, it's Sunday. But I think it's 10 a.m. is when they're gonna go, if I remember.
10 PT.
10 a.m. PT. On Sunday, I believe, is when they will go first. So.
Okay.
But Ashton's getting that for you here.
My God. Sorry,
What?
I was not prepared for this. My computer's.
Your computer's what?
My Google accounts, or our Google account, is fucking up now.
Uh-oh. Well, good thing I
It
have
won't
this
fuck
open.
anything up on your end.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll get to that. We'll jump into the what's the goings on at the end of the podcast at least by then. So, let's move on to Sony. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Sony predictions for this month, I guess, because we don't know if they will do anything this month, as far as we know. So I guess this is just for the rest. This is our predictions for what Sony might come out with this year, if they present it or not. Horizon Forbidden West was talked about this last week. They got a little presentation, but no release date yet. So I think I didn't actually get to play Horizon because I just didn't play a lot of PS4 games, and I kind of jumped on that a little bit later. And but I think I'm gonna start streaming that game relatively soon just to get prepared for Forbidden West, but Horizon Zero Dawn. But the just like how I did with Last of Us, I played it until like the very year it came out. Last of Us Part 2 came out. But nevertheless, open world game made by Guerrilla, the guys who make Killzone, and I know that franchise is probably dead now because Horizon's doing so well. But my prediction is that they will announce that it will be coming out 11/12. It will come out November 12th, and that is their game that will compete heavily against Halo for their console. So that's where I'm predicting November 12th release date. Ashton, you said that it will also come out on November 12th. But go ahead and I guess if you have anything you want to talk about with Horizons Forbidden West, sorry.
Not really anything. I'm not. I never played it. I didn't have a PS4. I'm not super interested in the second one, just because I have so many other games I'd rather be playing. Not to say that isn't a good game, because I mean, I've seen gameplay. I know it's a good game. It is. Looks fantastic. The second one looks pretty awesome. But it's just not what I'm looking for in a game right now.
Mm-hmm.
I also do see a lot of comparison between that. A lot of people are anticipating it comes out around the same time Halo Infinite does, and everybody's comparing the two games when they cannot be compared. It's apples to oranges. There were two very different games. So just I don't think it matters when that comes out in regards to Halo Infinite. So that's why I put it on the same day. Because those are nothing alike.
Yeah.
Very, very different games. So I feel pretty safe with saying November 12th. It just seems like a good time for them to just shoot that out. You know, uh, I hope it does really, really well. I look forward to watching people play it.
Tyler, anything about Horizon Forbidden West?
It's I don't have a fucking PlayStation. I can't really sit here and like, oh, let's phone it in for content. No, I don't fucking know what's going on. And it looks cool though. Yeah, I thought the idea, like the plot of it, was fucking cool since the first one. Like, a world where we have robotic animals.
Yeah, it's a
Seems pretty fucking.
futuristic, but looks looks prehistoric, like primal.
Yeah, that's, I don't know if you played it, but I think I know what happened. I think I saw somebody like fucking playing it, and like I was going to sleep for school, and I just woke up as they were like getting to, I guess, the climax or like some fucking big truth reveal. And I'm not gonna spoil it, but I think I know, like, it's interesting what I heard.
Mhm.
But this one looks good, way better. Like, I mean, graphically and like cleaner than the first
Yeah, it
one.
looks very pretty.
So like I don't even think what was shown was 60 frames. I think it was 30. I think they went for like 4K 30 or some shit, because I was in a stream and they were debating about, like, why do 4K 30 when like 1440 60 would
Well,
look way better.
PS5
Like,
doesn't support 1440.
They don't, not at the current moment in time.
but they
They
have
should.
4K.
Yeah.
They have 4K.
That's ass backwards. I don't fucking get that one.
Yeah,
I ain't know
so
that.
I don't know how that works under the hood.
it just doesn't have that
yeah.
option.
Put together with fucking duct tape. That's how that shit's fucking stupid. But whatever. Bottom line is, looks clean. Pretty sure anybody who's excited to play it will have a good time. As for, like, I guess, like, release name from here, I'm gonna go like holiday 2021. I guess.
Okay, yeah.
If they can show us gameplay like that, that shit's almost got to be done.
Yeah.
That's what I'm.
That's definitely seems like the big game for them this year.
Yeah, because well, I don't know if you're gonna bring this up about like God of War and shit. So I don't know if I want to step on your toes here.
It was on the list for us,
But
but
it got
obviously,
delayed.
it did get delayed.
That's what I mean. That's why I was
of
gonna
making
say.
this, yeah. So we didn't.
That's gotta be their big game this year.
Yeah, God of War is definitely their big game in next year for sure. Because it was like, what else are you gonna do? And I think that's also part of the reason why they're probably not at E3 this year. Is just why waste your time?
And since we're talking about God of War, can we talk about the fucking goblin that just fucking shit all over Alana Pierce?
Oh, what?
She's finally working on she's working
Yeah,
on God of War.
Yeah, she works on at Sony. Yeah, at PlayStation. Yeah, of her Instagram post.
That was fucking trash.
Yes, it is
Leave
horrendous.
devs alone, dude.
Yeah.
They don't deserve to be fucking harassed over that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Shut the fuck up, man or woman.
Yeah, it was very much. For those that don't know, Alana Pierce, who used to work for IGN, who also used to work for Funhouse, has now moved on to Sony Santa Monica to work with the God of War team, and it's definitely that someone had sent her a very I'm not going to repeat any of the words, but it was horrendous of sexual explicits and
nice
and derogatory towards her being a woman in the industry, and it was not good in any way, shape, or form. But
this isn't her first time either.
And
her whole career,
yeah,
everywhere else too.
Yeah, because obviously it's it's tough for her.
It's the girl's fault. Yeah.
That's essentially what a lot of people, like as you were saying, the trolls online blame, which is gross. But
I don't think that guy was a troll. I think he's just mentally ill.
If you're saying things like that, then yes, absolutely. But yeah, some moving away from God of War, which we're kind of hoping that it was going to come out, but it makes sense
Yeah,
that
I
they
was gonna
move
get
on.
that.
Yeah, I still have not beat that game. I
Yeah,
have so many PlayStation games I have not beat.
my initial thing was like, what, New Year's Eve?
Oh, to play it and beat
Um,
it?
no, for its release.
Oh, yes, you said exactly December 31st, I believe. I'm trying to look at it here.
Man,
Uh,
aged like milk.
yes, it did. You're very close. You're closer than I was. So, but no,
Do we count that or?
no, I don't think so.
Oh,
That's definitely not a game.
damn it.
But let's talk about another PlayStation property that apparently is finding some new love with a lot of people. Is our little good old buddy Astrobot. Kicking it off with the VR system that it kind of PSVR had Astrobot with his little playroom thing, and then had we got little Astrobot demo thing for PS5 and for free with
Which
the
was
game.
way cooler than it needed to be.
Yeah, it kills your controller, but because it does everything that it possibly can do. But it's cool that there's like Astrobots kind of picking up as another PlayStation icon, and that's the thing. That's the thing about PlayStation. They're good at making icons, and that little cute little robot. I think I'm predicting that we're gonna get a Astrobot game. Like we're gonna get a full-fledged. This is an Astrobot game coming to PS5. It's not a demo. It's a full-fledged. Yeah, I'd say $40. I'd say so $50 game for PS5. Um, and yeah, we need a nice little family game, and Sony's pretty good at doing that. So I don't know what it's gonna be, but something cute. But
They need a good. They need another platformer after Ratchet and Clank finally dies.
yeah.
What do you mean
Which
Ratchet Clank finally does? That shit's come out with a fucking new one.
I know.
the
Ain't nowhere near
popularity
something
of
to
that,
come
the
out after it.
popularity after that, yeah.
Well, you never know
Yeah.
if they. I mean, they no, they. I see Ratchet and Clank going on for at least 2 more games.
No,
No,
that's not what we're saying. The
you're-
popularity
yeah.
of the game that is coming out. It's gonna the people are gonna buy it, and then they're not gonna they're gonna play it, beat it, move on. That's kind of what we're saying. And then there needs to be another platformer
Until
to
the
kind of
next
fill
game
that.
comes out. But
Yeah.
There'll be a platform
Yeah,
between. the
Ratchet and
next
Clank ain't going nowhere. That's too fan loyal of a game.
Well, it's not
they're
even
making.
that. It's the reason why it's not going anywhere is for the fact that like they just like debuted a new character. You definitely can't go anywhere after you do that. That female Lumbax was not in the fucking original games. She's new.
Yeah, well, hey, don't say just because you introduce a new character, don't mean your game can't die. I've seen very many of those that do exactly
Like
that.
what? My
Well, I mean,
God.
hey, look, Gears of War ain't sitting too hot right now, but we'll
Gears
see.
of War is the same fucking copy paste of shit. That's why. No offense, it's good, but you gotta innovate.
Yeah.
Just like with a little bit of like Halo, but Halo
Mhm.
wasn't handled well too much either. And we all see where their characters are going. Probably all fucking dead.
But
As long as they die in a
okay.
good way, like they did in Halo Reach. That was tight. Everybody dies.
everyone dies.
Not Chief.
Everybody dies, dude.
Hey, Chief didn't die. What are you talking about?
In Reach, he wasn't in Reach.
He
At
was.
the very,
he
very,
actually is.
very end, if
He
you played it
is,
on the
yep.
hardened.
He
or the
that Pillar of
Legendary
Autumn
Edition.
that you got out of there had him on it.
Yeah, he is on the ship.
You were meant to get Reach out of there. That device you were delivering was Cortana for Reach because Halo Reach predates 1.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, when you were leaving Reach. That was the thing, yeah. Okay, so yeah, but my prediction is we'll get an Astrobot game August, and I'm gonna say August 17th. I don't know what it's gonna be, but I think we'll get an August. I feel like they can crank one of those things out.
More than likely, yes.
We'll see. Dude, if they, I will buy it. I don't care. That demo was just fucking good.
Yeah.
He's a cute little dude, from what I've seen.
The gameplay was on point for me. So I'm gonna definitely buy that.
Yeah, and you predicted a October release for that.
Yeah, why not? You know? Because they initially weren't going to be making another one. Sony had no plans on doing anything like that. It was supposed to be a one and done deal, and then the fans really wanted it, so we'll see what happens.
Let's see here. Can you go ahead and read the next one on the list there?
Is it on yours? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Whichever
okay.
one.
PSVR,
Yes.
the second
Speaking
one.
of VR games, the PSVR 2. I think now is a good time. We've had we've had a couple months. I know it's like very weird to kind of just throw that out there, especially since it's super difficult to even obtain the damn console in the first place. But nevertheless, I think that it would be, it's definitely now a good time to maybe get that coming out here. I also predict that that Dreams will get its VR support, and I think that that's gonna be the next thing. Because I always thought Dreams was gonna get a VR. I thought they said it was getting VR,
I thought so.
and so I think that this would be kind of a cool time to get it, upgrade it to the PS5 version. I didn't do that, and then yeah, give us that VR goodness, the PSVR 2, and I think it's going to be priced at $250.
I went for the higher end on the $299.
$300, 300 bones. And I'm predicting October 22nd of this year. We're getting PSVR 2.
I think I had the same date. Yeah, same date.
And I'm gonna go with the fact, or go as what do you think is gonna be on this thing? Like, what do you think?
I think the big draw is gonna be that it's finally gonna be wireless.
Okay, yeah, especially with Oculus coming out with their thing and it's wireless.
And the Bluetooth I think is 5 or 6.0 on.
Well, I mean,
Sony
uses Bluetooth with everything. I mean, didn't they? I almost think they created the
Yeah,
concept
but
of it.
I'm just saying, like, they
not too out of the question, sort of thing.
Better opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah.
More of an opportunity to make it wireless this go around instead of tripping over your fucking cord. You get a little wild playing Beat Saber while really hammered.
Exactly.
I don't know if that's happened to anybody. Definitely not me. Definitely didn't fucking fall down while drunk. My parents.
Yeah. My thing about that is if they're gonna do more VR stuff, they need to open up those mod supports. I mean, I just can't stand the fact that, like, because I have Beat Saber on PS5, that it is a watered down version of that game because it just doesn't have the support.
Versus having like the Valve Index or something.
Yeah, and like you need to give me a reason to buy your console, and to me, or your hardware, and to me that thing is not you can get this thing, but you're not going to get the experience that everyone else is going to get when they do their thing. And I know that
accessibility and all that.
Yeah, and I know that that's also a dev thing too, but it's like, work with your dev. I mean, Microsoft did it with Bethesda. I know it's a different thing because obviously the guys that make Beat Saber is an indie studio as opposed to Bethesda being a AA studio. But to me, it's like, if you're gonna do that, then you should be able to allow those companies to open up that market for themselves at least. But I know there's also licensing issues because a lot of people are doing, songs that are not necessarily in the game, and they don't have the licensing to it, but there's mod that they do it for, like, there's mods they get out there. But yeah, Tyler, what do you think about PSVR 2 coming possibly this year?
I think it could be really good because you've seen like how like VR has like changed, especially like with Oculus. So if you announce, you make it known that PSVR is coming back, you have to really hit it out of the park. I mean, that's your biggest competitor. So I really do think that for people that enjoy it, it's gonna be a fucking hit, really.
Yeah.
Turn the release date, fuck it, I can't put one to like that because it's like VR things are so finicky, last minute changes here, last minute changes there, so can't really sit here and be like, oh, it'll come out this time.
Yeah. I guess I don't really know because they didn't really show anything off at the VR Tech conference either, which last year. So They're pretty in the dark about it. So we'll
Mhm.
see.
Moving on. My wild card guess for PlayStation, other than the PSVR, is I think they're bringing back Gran Turismo. You gotta give me some Gran Turismo 7 in love. Give me a racing game. Forza Motorsport, as much as I mean, it's just almost. I understand for the esports people that Gran Turismo is obviously the played game that they do, and it's definitely more advertised than like Forza Horizon is or Forza Motorsport is, because there's just so much simulation in the what do you call it in the Turismo. But the thing is for me, it just has to do something, and like you got to bring that franchise to not die. I think the last time I checked, Gran Turismo 6 came out in 2016 or something way back when.
Wow.
So it's been a long time. They did come out with a game other than that. It was a VR game, and I think that came out around the time the PSVR came out, which would make sense because obviously it's a PlayStation game. But I'm just saying, you got to get a PSV. You got to get a car racing game to showcase your console, and I think, or a game to showcase your console graphically. And racing games do it so well, and
Yeah.
I think that
They
game
really
could
go
look
for that
really
realism
good.
look. So.
Yeah, and it could look great on the PS5. So I'm gonna say Gran Turismo, and I'm saying that comes out this year, and I'm gonna say July 27th.
That would be a good summer game.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what it is about summer, but like I feel like you're more down to play like those arcadey style games or racing games, something that I don't know. I don't know what it is about summertime, but it's just like the time of year that I feel like playing that type of stuff.
Yeah. Um,
Um,
what you said? Oh wait, that's not yours yet. Not that. Before we move on to that, what do you think of Gran Turismo 7 possibly coming there, Tyler?
I think it'd be an
Ah,
awesome surprise.
I played it. Like I played like the old ones with PlayStation. PlayStation 2 that is. 'Cause I still have them. I fucking sucked at it.
I
don't
played it
know
on PSP.
Oh,
how. Fuck no. I'm playing racing. Okay, no. To be fair, I would say I'm not gonna play a racing game on PSP. The only racing game I ever played on PSP was Midnight Club, like Double Edition.
That was a solid game.
Midnight
Yeah, my
Club,
mom
like-
fucking loves that game. Like I don't know why, but like every time I play a fucking like any other game that's action packed, I crash into so that she jumps for me. I'm over here playing Apex and she's ducking. I'm just sitting here like, all right, what the fuck is going on? But I gotta agree with you. I feel like it could be a good time to show off your graphics of your console because car shine, you get a little reflection, what the environment looking like. Hopefully, like if you do a Gran Turismo, I don't know like how the Gran Turismo was like up till now because I think the last one I stopped over like fucking 2. So depending on what your environment looks like, 'cause the two I played, it was like you were stuck to like an arena sort of thing, like a stadium, like basically like NASCAR, like something meant for racing. Which I think for a game like that, like racing games, like scenery is fucking everything. Even though I may not like say Forza or something, I do love how the fuck it looks. Like when you go places, like damn, this shit look kind of clean. So something to look forward to if you're into it. Shit, if I had the PlayStation, maybe I'd fucking get it, but I do not. And in terms of like release, I'm gonna say September of this year.
Okay. All right, Ashton, go ahead. Say your wild one.
I think Naughty Dog's gonna announce that they're working on a new IP.
Interesting. A Naughty
wild
Dog
card.
IP. For those that don't know, Naughty Dog famous for making The Last of Us and Uncharted series.
The only thing I love Naughty Dog is a fucking Jack remaster.
Yeah, Jack and Dexter.
If there was it's the perfect time to do it because look at Ratchet and Clank. You can they're literally bringing back their old fucking mascots. And
That's
if
very
you
true.
announce Jack, it'll be just as he is putting Ratchet and Clank back, or bringing Ratchet and Clank back.
I mean, it could be
I agree.
that's a very good possibility, especially since that could come out with. It's not graphic heavy. It's animated. You don't have to like
Mhm.
go super realism like how Last of Us and Uncharted have to be. You could be like, yeah, it's just good. It's just a
Yeah, it was
nice
more on the
looking game.
cartoony
Nice,
side.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And yeah, it could be a good time for that. Jack and Dexter.
That was my
being-
shit.
Jack
So
and
sad
Dexter 3.
I broke
dude.
my
That was-
copy of Jack and Dexter too. I fucking hated it. Then I played just the game Daxter for my PSP growing up. They have a
Mm-hmm.
sequence in that game that's like basically Neo at the park in Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
When you're just Jack, you just Daxter, sorry, you just have a whole bunch of fucking people like trying to fuck your shit up. So I'd like either remasters or a whole new fucking or a whole new game. Cause I forgot how Jack and Daxter 3 ended. I had the racing game too. It's nice.
Yeah. So there you go. And when do you think that's what game? You wrote down that the that a very obscure date. the Probably we will
Yeah.
not go any farther then. But go ahead, Ashton.
Yeah.
What's your take
I'd
on it?
say with like how long they work on games and when they announce them and they release them way fucking later. They tell you early in the development cycle
Yeah.
that they're working on a game. So I'm thinking whatever new game that isn't going to be Last of Us is going to be coming out will be in 2024.
Okay. There you go. I think that's it. Any final things for Sony?
That's all I got.
Yeah.
Tyler?
Fucking
Nothing? Okay.
no fucking Last of Us 2 remaster. Isn't that actually like happening?
It got a
around, like,
PS5 update a couple days ago. So
I don't know what's with fucking like Naughty Dog and then what's up with fucking like Rockstar, but just come on, dog.
at least
No pun intended. Let shit go.
yeah. I mean, at least they gave the PS5 update for free, unlike what Rockstar's doing with the possibility of the PS5 and Xbox Series versions will be $70, and that to me is just fucking atrocious.
How many times am I gonna fucking pay for this shit?
Exactly.
You
I at
make
least
your
should
money
get
with
an
the fucking-
upgrade deal or something like that. But I mean, still,
Yeah.
like,
Check if
give,
you previously
I
owned it.
disagree because you know what? That shit already runs way better on PC. They're just bringing us up to the current version at that point. They shouldn't be charging for that.
no,
I
I
mean,
don't know.
no. I feel like still no PlayStation or Xbox version probably like as good as it does on PC. I'll go out and say that.
Depends on
Just
your
for
PC.
that game.
If we're talking mid-range PCs, they already run better.
Yeah, mid-range PC. I'm not talking about mid-range.
For the price it is, yeah, you're not gonna get it anything. You're not gonna get close to an Xbox or PS5. But yeah, I don't know. That it. But yeah, I think that's it for Sony. If they ever do something, that's our predictions for the rest of the year for Sony. Hopefully they do a state of play and maybe save us from that. But we're kind of just chalking it, and we thought it would be fun to at least include them in here, even though they're not officially a part of E3. But yeah, we'll see. But we're moving on to the red brand, the good old family-friendly Nintendo. It's time for some Nintendo predictions, and they are going to be at E3 with their little treehouse event that they always do. So
Purely Games.
that what?
Purely Games, they already stated, by the way, for the E3.
Oh, they said purely games.
Purely Games at E3, but that doesn't mean they're direct.
That's very true. Yeah, so like you can play. Yeah, okay, all right.
Yeah.
But we're gonna go with this anyway. I'm just gonna, we're gonna toss it out here. The Switch Pro has been talked about way too goddamn long, and it's time to full on get our 2 cents in the matter. I think that they're gonna officially announce it here at E3. And obviously they won't probably have it on demo, but I think that's gonna be their. Oh, and one more thing. And I think this is the moment. The Switch has to catch up to the consoles of now, and they had a little bit of breathing room because obviously availability helped them out here. They'll not being able to buy anything in the last 7 months, but I think that with Nintendo, the console's been available, and so they've been doing very, very well. But this is that moment. Now people are going to start realizing, oh, I can buy an Xbox, I can buy a PS5. And now it's going to start getting to the point of, well, what's the point of buying a Switch? It's not as good. And where I can just buy an Xbox Series S for the same price and get all of my cool games for really fun times. So, my prediction, it's coming out at $349. And it'll be 4K display, 60 frames per second docked, and then I'm even going to say 1080p, 120 frames handheld, because if phones can do it, then by damn, I should be able to do it on a Nintendo Switch. It's a hardware gaming console. Come on, Nintendo, give me the magic of 120 frames on handheld. And it's coming this year, October 15th, because Nintendo loves October for some reason. So, that's my prediction.
Dude,
Ashton, what's yours?
I went with the scale of 399, but I think it's only gonna upscale to 4K. It's not gonna have native.
So, like how the PS4 Pro did their thing. It's not true 4K.
Yeah, I don't think they'll have true 4K. I there's no way they don't run 60 frames, but I think every game will be a consistent 60 frames, unlike how the Switch is now, because it can run 60 frames on some games, some of the times.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, I also don't think it'll come out until February of 2022. I don't think it's going to come out this year. I just don't.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think it'll be a bigger screen, but I don't think the Switch itself will be bigger. I think it's just gonna get rid of the borders, shorten up the borders on every side. So.
Yeah, I mean, there is the rumors that I've read is that whatever this Switch Pro is will eventually take the spot of the Nintendo Switch, and the current Switch that's out will go away. Is what I've also read in this. But Tyler, what do you think?
About the Switch coming out?
Like yeah, possible Switch Pro.
Possible. I mean, it needs to be done. Definitely, like we've had the conversation before. You know, Nintendo being like a good company definitely needs to get their foot in the door to actually compete with like Xbox in terms of like graphics and whatnot, and like how like intensive like their hardware is. Because like the games are solid. I feel like it's just like a hardware issue for them that's like holding them back. And then with hardware comes even better games. I've said it before, even though like all the games on like the Switch and whatnot are very solid, they're basically like for the dedicated fans. I don't really see too much, and I'm open to like definitely being proved wrong here, that are like truly new IPs, and I feel like that's what they need. Or at least bring back something that doesn't really fall along the lines of like anything like Mario related, like we talked about, like fucking. You know what? I think you know where I'm going with this, but I'm not gonna say it because I feel like it may pop up in this Nintendo showcase piece part we're doing. But yeah, you just need, I feel like, better hardware means better IPs, means more people coming to your platform. Maybe somebody like me who's like never really been interested in Switch sees something on Switch like, oh damn, like, I kind of want this now.
So when do you think it's gonna come out? How much do you think it's gonna cost?
I'm gonna say 300 because isn't that the amount of
the current one?
Yeah. No, isn't that the amount of the
Series
the
S?
Xbox Series S? Yeah.
Yes. $299.
So I feel like it's like to bring more people over, that's not a bad price. And I would say it has to come out. I'm gonna say holiday time.
Okay.
I think it'd be perfect time to drop it. Kids, get kids
so
into it.
So you're saying like November or December?
Between there, I can't give you an exact. If I had to give you an exact date, I'll say like beginning of December.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see here. So, what's the next one on the docket there, Ashton?
I think so. I think what they're going to be showing at E3, because I think they're going to do the Switch on a direct, not at E3.
Mm-hmm.
But at E3, I think they're going to announce that they're probably working on the new mainline Mario, the 3D Mario game. Because they have to have one come out with every console. They have to. I mean, it'd be fucking weird if they didn't. But I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna be. Maybe they'll do a second Odyssey game. Odyssey is great.
Okay.
But I'm thinking that'll launch with the Switch. So for me, that would be February. For you, it would be October, or maybe even later. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't for a Mario game, it could be. I don't know. I'm trying to think of where Nintendo would go for. They love those weird times, but I mean, it does fit. It does fit for them. I don't know if Tyler has a idea of what maybe a new Mario game.
No, not at all. I mean, if I had to
Not a
fucking
big
pick a
Mario
game
fan.
I want on a Switch, it's like I forgot what was talked about in the direct, but it's just like now I'm gonna say it makes no sense because I'm pretty sure that fandom has been shat on. But a fucking Sonic game I think is about over fucking due. But I heard Sonic fans got completely dumpstered in a Nintendo Direct they did like 2 weeks ago. People on Twitter telling Sonic fans to just give up hope. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, what? So
Well,
I don't know.
they're not owned by Nintendo though, so Sega's still its
Or
own
not.
thing.
But but as far as we know, it's like Sega, yeah, their own thing. But Sonic has only ever really been it from what I can understand. Well, at first was only ever on like Nintendo like thing. Oh no, actually,
Isn't
Well,
the
it was on the
Genesis?
original
no, it was on
Xbox
PlayStation. Oh,
and
okay. But I
the
think
Xbox 360.
Sega
yeah,
had their thing, but yeah, I see what you're saying. Of like majority, I think people do kind of associate that getting a Sega game, getting Sonic on the Switch because
because him and
Mario and
Mario had a
Sonic
straight up
meet at the
yeah.
Olympics. I think
Yeah.
their
Mhm.
advertising definitely ties them together, even though Sonic is its own is his own fandom. But I don't know, like we can easily go into Ashton's prediction on the
Yeah, the
Sonic
new
trailer
Sonic game.
because we do know that there is a Sonic game coming. We just don't know what the hell it is, and because it's
I
literally
heard it's
him running
getting
in the forest,
Sonic
and that's it.
Colors.
Oh,
Yeah.
there is
That's not
Sonic Colors is getting a remaster,
Yeah,
but then there's
Sonic
this
Colors
new
are
one
remaster.
coming. So
Yeah, the new one's coming in 2022.
what do you
We
think
don't
about
know
the
what time in 2022.
what are you thinking about this new Sonic game if they show it at like what are they going to show at the showcase or at Treehouse?
I think it's going to be the same formula they've been trying to make a thing forever that doesn't work for casual players. They have a very specific niche player base right now. Everybody knows who Sonic is, but I feel like most casual gamers or people who just like play games as a whole aren't like diehard Sonic fans. Most of them dropped off after like Sonic Heroes
Mm-hmm.
or
I
like
dropped off after
Unleashed.
Sonic Heroes.
Look, I
Yeah.
played all the way up to
Sonic
goddamn.
Heroes.
I still have Sonic Heroes.
I had it on PS2.
Yeah, no, I still have my PS2 copy. It's at my dad's house.
But I mean, the adventure games, if they were to come out with the Sonic Adventure 3, or even just remake the first and second games, kind of like what Tony Hawk Pro Skater did, where they added 1 and 2 together. If they did that for fucking Sonic, oh dude, that would sell so well. But I digress. That's off topic a little bit, but I mean, I think they're gonna release the same formula. The weird thing is he kind of looks more like a child in this one, running through the forest. I could be wrong because you don't see his face, but he looks more like a child. So it almost looks like more of a callback to like the movie, like it's a prequel or something, because fucking Sonic as a child, I mean, showed up in the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, so
Yeah,
as a
very
flashback.
very beginning. Yeah.
It would be kind of cool if they did something like that, in terms of like plot wise, kind of tying it with a movie. But I think it's probably going to be the same formula they've been doing. I hope not, but I think that's what's going to happen. And then, yeah, that's what I got for it. I think it'll be announced with the Nintendo part. So
Okay. Let's see here. I think Shin Megami Tensei 5 is coming out. It's been too damn long, and they announced this shit when the Switch was even before it even came out. It's got to come out. Give me Shin Megami Tensei 5. I didn't get to play them because they were always on the fucking DS and shit like that. I want it on the Switch. Give me a cool Shin Megami Tensei game. It's a part of the Persona. It's Persona adjacent for the Nintendo consoles. I think it's coming out August 6th. Get that shit out as fast as possible. That's my 2
Never
cents on
played.
that.
That seemed interesting. I got to ask for it yesterday actually, or something along the lines of that. It popped up some fucking way. I don't know. I was like, it looks like something I'd play, but I never fucking played it.
Yeah.
Quick fucking segue. Hey, I can't be the only one. Not segue, but like quick backtrack. Did y'all fucking play that fucking Sonic Zero G shit with the goddamn hoverboards? That shit was fire.
I
Continue.
did
I
not
did
play
not.
that game.
That shit was fucking heat. I mean, they had some bird dickhead named Jet, and he hated Sonic for some fucking reason. But they just was on hoverboards. It was chill. I sucked at it, but I tried.
The next one that I have here, this is my big game of this year because Nintendo has not announced it. It can't be Pokemon. You can't be giving me Pokemon remakes as your big game of this year. All
They
right?
announced the other Pokemon one.
Give
To be
me
fair.
Metroid 4 coming out
Yeah.
November 12th. That is my prediction. Give me. We were talking about icons. Give me Samus. You freaking tease me with her all the time. Give her a proper game. Give me
That means two
Metroid
things.
4. It needs to happen. And that game was announced in development when the console was announced as well. I know it's been
What,
in
Metroid?
limbo hell. Metroid, what? Yeah. And
I
it
didn't
was
know
it was
that.
literally just a logo at the time. They had nothing.
Yeah.
They didn't even have a trailer. It was just the logo. We're working on it. And then I know it's been having like some difficulties being made and whatnot. And I think they even started over at a point. But god damn it, show me something. Show me it's not dead.
We need something.
But yeah, my prediction is November 12th. That's the big game this year.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I
you-
really hope.
but you predicted a different date for that. What are you thinking?
I think it's gonna be a launch title. I think they're really just holding their cards on because I mean, when they launched the Switch,
Pro,
first
the
time
Switch
they
Pro.
had-
Is what you're saying
No,
that
no,
launch.
I'm saying.
But you're
when
saying
the
that this
launch
is
of the
gonna
original
come with the
Switch-
launch. Yeah.
Yeah, this will come with the launch of the new Switch. I think they're gonna hold their cards close to their chest until launch time, because if you look at the lineup for when the Switch originally released, we had Breath of the Wild and Mario Party, I think. Maybe Mario Kart,
Mhm.
but Mario Kart was, I think, pre-existing at that point. It was just a deluxe edition.
Yeah, and Mario
There's just
Kart Deluxe
add-ons.
Edition. Yeah.
So they really had two games and some DLC. So, I mean, and that was until Odyssey came out, which didn't come out for a while. I feel like another month, maybe
Mhm.
another month or two. I could be wrong, but they just didn't have the strongest of lineups. And I really think that they will probably hold on to some of these and really show them. I think really that when they're showing off the Switch Pro, they'll probably use the limited footage they have for Metroid 4 as their tech demo for it. But the game won't. I think that'll be like what makes the Switch Pro like shows off all the enhancements it has over the original. I think that's gonna be like their tech demo, their standard. Like, hey, look how awesome our Switch is.
Yeah.
We can be a shooter platform too. So,
Yeah.
That'll work for me.
That is a thing that they don't have right now is FPS, and I think with the case that to prove that Nintendo can produce a solid first-person shooter or a space game, like they really don't have that either, unless they're throwing Mario into the fucking stars with Rosalina and what shit. But like, I want to see a proper game for Samus. Like, I hate seeing her keep getting put in Smash, and it's like, who's that again? Oh yeah, she's in Smash Brothers. Oh, okay. That's right. I forgot about that. It's like, why?
Yeah. Yeah. They really did her dirty, huh?
Yeah. Tyler, anything about Metroid 4?
I will hope for those that fucking like it comes out, because you guys have been getting played with for a fucking long ass time.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. So like I said, hopefully it does come out this year. If I had to pick a day for it to come, I would have to say this year. Like I said, we're coming out with the new. To hopefully a new Switch means again like it's not a new IP, but like a fucking like some shit to come back. And like you said,
The
also like
time
with
for
the
revival.
yeah, it's just like you said with like bring your mascots back. Samus is one of those. It's like how the
Yeah,
fuck is
seriously.
she all up in fucking Smash Bros for how long? And she's not fucking here. I'm pretty sure everybody that should have a game in Smash Bros got games already. Fucking even Cloud from I'm pretty sure Final Fantasy 15 7, sorry, is even on Nintendo, but yet he's in there. He's getting his shit. So like everyone needs to like is get their own games. Next thing you know, we're gonna be fucking fighting for a Donkey Kong and get a new one.
Yeah.
Well, that's perfect segue.
Yeah, because this was my big reveal. No, wait, no. This isn't it. Oh, yeah. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. I don't even get no, okay. We'll go with my prediction. I think Donkey Kong's getting a new IP and it's coming
Oh, shit.
January of 2022. I think is a big Donkey Kong needs a game. Well, the last thing we got was Tropical Freeze, and then we got it ported to Switch. Give him a fucking new game. You got to give Donkey Kong a new game. Give me Donkey Kong a Switch, or I don't give a shit. Just give him a fucking new game. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, so that's one of my hopes and dreams. Ashton, let's talk about Breath of the Wild 2 here for a minute. We've kind of talked about it here and there, but let's fully talk about Breath of the Wild 2, your prediction on when it will come out, what you're hoping from it, what we might see maybe possibly from this Treehouse event.
You know, I feel like that's gonna be a springtime release in April 22nd to be exact. I don't think they're gonna launch it this time around because it's going to be they have a lot of other stuff they could be showing off at the launch, and people are gonna get Zelda. They're just going to get Zelda. We have like some teaser trailers. They're cinematic cutscenes, but I mean it's nothing super groundbreaking. We're not fighting Ganondorf this time around. We're fighting some sort of calamity. And that's about all we know. So I don't think it'll release this year. I think it'll be next year.
Yeah. I mean, I got nothing to say about it, honestly. It's like I've said before, it's a game I love from afar. I did not like Breath of the Wild. I know it's a cardinal sin as a gamer to say that, but just never was really into that one. But kudos to everyone that does.
Yeah.
I like the tech stuff that they did at all, but there was just a lot in the game that I was like, why am I doing this? So, Tyler, anything about Breath of the Wild 2?
I mean, shit. I feel like I need to honestly like. Now that I have like some money on me, I need to go ahead and like probably play Breath of the Wild because I have my brother technically has a Switch, so I could get it. The only thing like, I always was interested in Zelda, just never owned the consoles to play it on. Cause like my family members did, like so I've played like GameCube, I've played like Nintendo 64, Super Nintendo, all that, but like they never got Zelda, so that means I never got Zelda. And when I had my first console to own of like from my own was PlayStation, but Zelda always intrigued me to a degree. And Breath of the Wild seemed like pretty fucking interesting. I watched like crazy amounts of videos on it, so maybe it's time like I pop out, stream a little Breath of the Wild. Who knows?
Pretty great game. It's definitely one of those games that you can kind of chill and play, but there's enough to keep you like interested.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay. Are you ready for my crazy one? This is the craziest prediction I have
I hope it's so true. I hope it's
of
true.
all of E3. Here it is. It's for Nintendo this year. I think we are getting Diddy Kong Racing. And the reason why this is a big deal is because you know who owns Diddy Kong Racing? Technically, Rare does. And you know who owns Rare? Microsoft does.
Microsoft.
And here's the thing. I think this is the big reveal that they're going to go, Diddy Kong Racing is getting a remake. and we're gonna bring Conker back. We're bringing Banjo back, like Banjo Kazooie and Conker from Conker's Bad Fur Day, and we're getting, and then they're gonna go. We are now officially partnering with Nintendo, and Game Pass will officially come to the Nintendo Switch along with xCloud. That is my big prediction, and it comes. Let's see here. I said Diddy Kong Racing Remake will come out this year with Xbox partnership, and it will be coming October. What did I say? I'm trying to find it. October 22nd. Like I said, they always like those weird things, those weird dates in October, and then the xCloud and Game Pass thing will come winter 2021 to 2022. So December or January is my thing on it. That's my my big weird thing.
I'm gonna go xCloud and Game Pass for summer 2022. They're gonna wait until the platform's been mostly established for the new Switch. Show off what it can do, and then add a limited Game Pass for the Switch. Probably the same as the PC.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be kind of like a like Hulu and HBO Max, where like you have to have the other thing to get the full experience. Like you have to have HBO Max to get the full experience of HBO Max, and Hulu gives you like some of the stuff. Like they don't give you all of what HBO can offer. That's my wild and crazy thing. So, what do you
really
think
hope
about
Diddy Kong
that,
Racing comes out, dude.
Tyler? What do you think about that?
About the fucking the Diddy Kong thing is funny because we were literally talking about it, like the other day.
Yeah.
The xCloud and like Game Pass thing, like partnership would be pretty fucking bomb. We talked about that briefly. Like even though like it's good, even though like I don't like I can't say care for Switch. I don't play Switch.
Mm-hmm.
But in an overall like in a business move, it's the good thing to do. Like who no one loses from that.
Nope. Nobody.
So hopefully it does happen. Hopefully it just honestly when you think about it, like with the opportunity of like Game Pass going anywhere besides Xbox, I would say Microsoft owned like I guess platforms. So you have to include PC in there. It's just a weird thing to see, like coming from like where we grew up, where like the competition between PlayStation and Xbox, Sony and Microsoft was so like prevalent. I mean, even still to some sort today, uh, it's weird to see that Xbox is the only one trying to branch out and do other shit.
Yeah.
Trying to like expand like its reach. It sounds really oddly dictator-y of Microsoft, but they're really trying to get out there and not just keep to what we have. I.e. the Xbox and Game Pass, trying to make things for like everybody and include as many people in the fold as they can. Like when they took on all those like fucking developers. What year did they announce that?
Developers.
I still know where that's from, like the origin of that.
You don't know you don't know where it's from?
No.
It's from oh god. It's a Microsoft CEO. He owns the LA Kings now, I think. And he was doing a weird press conference, and he was talking about Windows, and he goes developers, and he's just it's fucking
I've
weird.
heard the soundbite because I had a soundboard like on my fucking iPod growing up, and that was on there. I was like, "What the fuck is this from?"
Yeah,
that button got played at least. Yeah, but like again, they're trying to expand their reach. Game Pass doesn't hurt anybody. Hopefully it works out. Go ahead.
Question is now, does Nintendo games come to Game Pass?
I talked about that. Hopefully,
does the SNES and NES libraries, are they now available? Because I pay $20 a month with my code or with my Nintendo Online to have access to that.
Some of that shit today for his birthday.
Yeah, so like I pay for that. Should I not have also access to that? Like if I link my Xbox account and that account together, like do I get my NES and SNES games on my Xbox now?
That would be the obvious go-to, is to pull that. Like, bundle it all together, you link them up, they recognize you pay for Game Pass here, they won't add much to it. The shitty thing to do would be like, say, to be like, hey, you own it here, now you gotta pay for it over here too. It's like, don't be a dick about it.
Yeah. Well, because the thing is like, I've linked my Xbox account to my Nintendo Switch account for Minecraft. Like if you have Minecraft on Nintendo Switch, you link it together, and that's how that works. And you can earn achievements and things like that, which is really weird, but you know.
Yeah, I don't really see any IPs from Nintendo coming over to Xbox quite yet.
Okay, so you think it's just a full-on one time thing, like a one-way type of thing here?
For right now.
Okay.
I think, there might be something, but nothing like, if they do get anything, it won't be a mainline.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking just NES and SNES things.
I don't know if they'd give out their legacy stuff, though.
It's not even games
I don't
like
know, it's
that.
hard.
Like they're not really making money on those.
I know,
That's
but
just kind of
they're
a
pretty
benefit that you don't
stingy.
really. Yeah. That's very true. Nintendo is very stingy on what their games are on.
They don't play well with others at all. You know how long it took them to come out with multiplayer? Like,
For what? For what? That's
their
like,
entire platform.
Who were we talking about? I had to sneeze. I was like, that shit was loud.
Nintendo.
Oh, they're pretty stingy. They just, I don't know,
Like,
but
they-
I would think that Xbox opening up their arms, they'd be like, we got to give you something in return, because it is just a one-sided deal. Because like there's honestly, if you think about it like that, there's no real reason for me to then get a Switch if the deal is one-sided. And
Well, there's
it
more of
further
a benefit to get a Switch than it is to get an Xbox. That's
Right
the real
now?
thing. Well, no. If that happens, because the
Well, if they
Game
come out
Pass
with Game
comes,
Pass
Game
on
Pass comes to Switch,
Oh.
but then
I
Xbox
guess
doesn't
it's
get
a-
anything.
Yeah, personally, no. But for you guys, yes, you guys like the Switch. But personally, I would have to disagree, because ain't nothing pushing me to get the Switch now. Game Pass ain't gonna change that, because I have Game Pass here.
No, I think you're misconstruing like what he's actually saying. So basically, instead of buying a console, like two consoles, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Switch and the Xbox, if you were limited income and someone said pick one, or you can pick the Switch and get xCloud and Game Pass on it.
Yeah, pay for
I-
this $500 console that's
I
not
think
limited.
I got what you were saying.
Yeah,
and
that's
I
not
still gotta-
available currently right now. But then again, if we go back to what Ashton was saying about how like that idea of a limited Game Pass and just exactly how like I was referencing of how Hulu does with like HBO, like you still have to download the HBO Max app to get full HBO Max. But you get a watered down version of it on the Hulu app. Even if you bought HBO through Hulu, you still don't get the actual thing until you download their official app. So I think that might be the way around that if they do go that route.
They don't give them full access to all their shit
They
unless.
probably
Yeah,
don't give 'em
it's
day
like-
one
they won't
access
get
to exclusives.
Exactly. They probably won't get day one access immediately of releases. They're like, oh yeah, you can get Halo Infinite day one on the Xbox console, but for our PC and Switch users, you'll get it, 3 months from now.
I think PC is gonna get day one
Well, yeah, I'm just saying like as an
because it's
example.
Windows.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But I mean, we don't know the plan for what Microsoft has in store for future exclusives, because all we know is that it's just coming for this year. That's it. They didn't specify that the other stuff like is gonna. They're not gonna continue doing day one launches. But for now, that's their plan. That was just for the first year of the console. But yeah, I don't know. But that's my Nintendo predictions. I don't know if you guys got any more. Oh my.
that's pretty much what I got.
Yeah. Tyler, any more Nintendo predictions?
No.
Okay. We're moving on to the soft of Ubi. We're going to Ubisoft.
Yeah, they usually leave me pretty soft. So
Yeah, I'm. I have my games I buy from Ubisoft, and I kind of move on. Because they're gonna get my Assassin's Creed money, and then I'm gonna move away, and I beat my Assassin's Creed, and I live my life. But there are some games that are maybe worth talking about. Ashton, go ahead and what's our first game that we're gonna talk about here?
Roller Champions.
Yep. We did a PAX video of
Yes.
this of Roller Champions.
Yes, in 2019.
Yes. Oh
We
man,
got
what
to
a
play
long
it.
time
It
ago.
was fun. It's like Rocket League, but with roller bladers.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty fun. It could be pretty competitive. Easy to play at the same time. I don't know. That's about as much as you could say about it. I mean, you're in a roller rink and you're passing the ball around and shooting it through a hoop.
Yeah. That is really it.
It was a lot of fun, a lot of very simplistic fun, and yeah, I think that's gonna come out in July 22nd.
I mean, yeah, it's been in
And,
development for quite some time now. I'm going with
it's ready.
Oh yeah. No, I went July 22nd. You went July 15th.
Oh, I went.
You went
July 15th.
earlier. Yeah. Yeah. Tyler, I don't know if you know what Roller Champions is.
I saw a little bit, very basic,
Mhm.
like amount on it, and oh no, like he basically said all there is to be said, like another like kind of like Rocket League sort of situation. So just gotta see how that it pans out.
Mhm.
Cool.
Next one is Rainbow Six Quarantine. This is
Fuck that.
interesting, to say the least, of why the hell they were gonna make this game. Because Resident Evil did exactly that. They made this exact game, and it failed. So I don't know why
Was it
Ubisoft
Resident
thought.
Evil or was it Solid Snake?
No, Resident Evil did make a
I
game
feel
exactly
like
like this. It was an online game. It was buggy as shit. It didn't work.
what Resident Evil game are you talking about?
It's an online game. It's a Resident Evil online, and it's a horde game, and it didn't work. It was very weird. I
Oh,
think
I
they did it
thought
for
it
Resident
was
Evil
kind of like
2.
I thought
Or 3.
this was gonna be like Metal Gear Survive.
Yeah, this seems like more like Metal
It's
Gear
just a
Survive.
horde, isn't it?
No, no one knows. That's
Oh,
the thing.
oh, that's
It's
right.
just
They didn't.
zombie based.
Oh, okay. I thought this was supposed to be like you're a part of a team and you're going in here and then you're gonna go fight like the hordes of zombies. That's what I thought this game was.
No,
But
no one fucking knows.
but
What
no
it
one
is.
knows
It seems
about
to
it
be
yet.
more story. No, because the thing is, well, I said fuck that immediately because it was announced like fucking 2, 3 years ago, and they
Oh,
keep
yeah.
pushing it back.
Oh yeah, I know it's been announced a long, long time ago. It has to come out this year. So I'm saying
You
July
say
20th.
that.
I'm saying July 20th. Get this goddamn game out and let it. Just send it off the pasture. It doesn't need to. It does not need to last any longer.
No, I would have to agree.
At this point, it's just costing them more money than it's gonna make.
Yeah,
Depends on how
exactly.
low budget this shit's about to be.
And how much you're gonna charge for it. There's no fucking way I'm paying $60 for a game like that.
Well, you also have to remember, Tyler, time is money in the gaming industry.
Yeah.
They've been working on this shit for 3 years. I mean, it's already cost them a lot of money because they gotta pay all those fuckers.
Wait, is that
to
okay?
work
Is that all we want? Is that all you guys are bringing up for Ubisoft? Because they've
No.
probably been assigning them elsewhere. So go ahead, and I want to know if like what I was like, what came to mind when I thought of Ubisoft popped up in your guys.
Okay. Skull and Bones is another game that's been in the works for. I mean,
Didn't that
since
shit
Sea
get
of
pushed back
Thieves,
again?
huh?
Didn't that shit get pushed back again? It wasn't supposed to be out this year.
It was supposed to be out like 8 years ago. It seems now. It ever since because Sea of Thieves was announced the same year, but Sea of Thieves was done, and so that was kind of it. I think the last time we saw this game was in 2019, maybe. But it's been a long time.
for the cinematic trailer.
And it did have some gameplay. There's some gameplay now. But that was really kind of it. It didn't like we've not seen the game's not out yet. It looked like it was running. But
It looked like it was pretty fucking clean when I saw it. Like the last time I saw it, like it was basically a more serious Sea of Thieves, but
well,
they-
because
they-
the whole
they're
idea
fucking-
of it was a lot of people love the boat combat in Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag, which
Oh, I
is
love
my
it.
favorite Assassin's Creed game.
Oh yeah.
But the thing is like you can't tell me that game takes 6 years to develop. It doesn't, and I don't know. Maybe it does.
No,
I'm not a game
no
developer,
fucking chat.
but that was a mini thing that wasn't a part of. That was a thing you side quested when you were trying to get to places in another game, and you're telling me it's taking you 6 years to do, or 4 probably is the more logic one, but I don't know. Maybe it does. I just think it should be coming out real soon. I'm saying August 31st. We're getting that. Just, again, it's like Rainbow Six. Send it out, let it die. It's not gonna take off. Just let it just go.
I'm thinking June 29th next year or this year.
Yeah, that's pretty soon.
Yeah, I think they're just gonna like drop it out, and people are gonna maybe play it, and then it's gonna die.
Uh,
I just don't think it's gonna do that great.
What, Skull and Bones?
The hype for it's basically gone.
oh yeah, because then we got Sea of Thieves. Now everyone was like, oh, I guess we don't really want.
I mean, but Sea of Thieves runs dry too. That's the thing. So it could
No pun intended.
fill that. It definitely could fill a spot that Sea of Thieves left.
Sure.
Because there's only so much you can do with Sea of Thieves before people are like, what the fuck? It's just the same shit over.
Yeah,
and
but
over.
then they started coming out with monthly free content.
Yeah, and the game
Just
has
because-
We
it,
just
it
dropped out
has
before
found its fan base at this point, but it's a little too late.
Just
I
because you
think.
come out with
for Rare.
monthly free content, yeah. See, just because you come out with monthly free content doesn't mean it's gonna really breathe life into the game. You get like a month of like, hey, I'm gonna play this, and then people are like, I'm gonna drop it for
Apparently
like.
they're
I'll put it for
pretty
month.
big updates though.
Just because they're big doesn't mean they're good. I've seen it happen. I've played it. It's not great.
You played the
yeah.
updates?
Yeah, I play some of the updates. I play with like sometimes I get on there with a couple friends. I think the last time I probably touched that shit. Holy fuck! It's like October. Or like it just wasn't much. Like, oh, you're doing treasure hunting. What you've kind of been doing the entire fucking time. Now it's just riddles to the shit. How long is that gonna last you?
I will say it does look pretty as hell over on the Xbox Series X though.
Probably.
Oh,
The
dude,
game is
water?
pretty. It's
Best
just
looking water in any game.
it's
hands
just
down.
something that you can't that I can play, but I'm not going to invest the time that I spent playing in it when it first came out. There are certain games that can
Fair
bring
enough.
you back after a while, but that's not one of them. Like for example, Destiny, right? I feel like Destiny comes out with shit. Where I was playing it today when I started my stream. It brings you back, and it's like, oh, like it's kind of lit right now, and you'll be on Destiny probably for a good. I give you maybe 2-3 months, and then you're like, I get the fuck out of here, and I'm done until something else comes out. Because they got Destiny comes out with these huge fucking seasons. This season was like 102 days long. Why? You're not giving me enough. So by the time you finish everything you could do, you're gone. But that content, that same sort of, I guess, idea process, I guess, with Sea of Thieves, I think falls like it ends sooner. That I need to get off.
Fair enough.
The last one is also another game that Ubisoft has been just sitting on it. And I don't know why the hell it's just become this limbo hell that it has been just sitting there for. Beyond Good and Evil 2. Where the hell is this game? We've not talked about it. We've seen hide nor hair of it for 3 fucking years.
Oh yeah.
2018 was the last time we saw this game. Where is it? What's going on? What have we been doing with it? I just can't handle it anymore. Show me what you got. Like that's all I want now.
Show me what you got.
That's all I'm wanting now. Just tell me, is it alive? Like, are we still getting like
Pokemon
Jade
just
and that
got
big fucking pig? Like, what's happening here?
But
I
that
don't know.
ship fight was pretty fire though. That like a fucking spaceship battle. But
Yeah, they
again,
fly around the city and stuff, but it was like so much. It's so much. Like what?
Wait, no,
They
this
said
one wasn't a city.
What? Oh,
This was in,
oh,
like,
they were.
space
They did.
base.
They did go in. I don't know. They did a video like
okay, what-
back in 2018, and I didn't
The
watch it all. I
original
skimmed it.
video like I saw was like they were in space
They do
and,
go to
like,
space.
and they were like attacked, but they were never in the city. It just a ship kind of gets fucked up. Some chick comes out of nowhere and it's like, oh shit, where the fuck she come from? And I think they knew her or some shit. It's been a while since I've.
This
I've
was the
played
one with the
Beyond
monkey talking to the pig. That was that one.
Oh, the one you're talking about.
Yes,
Okay, so there were two.
that's
trailers.
this game.
Yeah,
yeah.
no, but there were two. It had to be.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I
There
think
was there was the big
Oh, okay.
cinematic trailer in the very very beginning of like development, which I was like,
Okay.
oh okay, we're not too far away from this if we're getting a big old cinematic like that. You know, we're getting introducing this character, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, and our game is alive. Like we don't, we'll be, you know, I don't know what they said. They like people can submit artwork and it will be in the game." And I'm like, okay, like I don't, quite
Isn't it,
understand.
like, for the graffiti though.
Yeah, because they wanted to make it seem like it was lived in, and I was like, oh, all right, that's fair. And then I was kind of like, now what though? Like, is that why it's taking so long? I don't know, but
Oh boy.
it just that game needs to be at least talked about. Of like, tell me where the game is, where it's at right now. Is it worth just killing off? But I think they honestly just have to run it through its course and go, yep, nope,
Probably.
it's still here. Um, I don't know. Ashton, do you have any Ubisoft predictions anymore?
Not really. Yeah, Ubisoft usually is kind of a letdown for me. So
You don't like the Just Dance people running out and dancing around like they lost
that is
something?
usually the most cringy shit
Hey, people love that.
at E3.
They love it. They love it.
Yeah, they love that they're not the ones being paid to do that.
Exactly. I also think Beyond Good and Evil 2 will come out in July 16th. It's coming soon. That's their big thing. They're like, yeah, you know what? We've been sitting on it for so long. July. It's coming. Anyway, I don't know. Tyler, you got any Ubisoft? You got a Rayman Legends
No,
collection coming
it
out? Or
is
Rayman.
I hope we get news on their free to play Division Universe game that
Excuse
they've
me?
been talking about. Yeah, they're coming out with a free to play multiplayer Division game that is set in like the Division universe that has been getting talked about like for the past couple months. That's what I
I
want
didn't
to.
hear about that.
Yeah, that's what I want to hear about. I want to hear about that.
I mean, I like the
don't care
Division,
about the Division.
so
I like the Division too. That's what I mean. Like, come on, like, Division 2. I didn't really play a lot of. I like Division 1 more, of course.
I think the Division 2 plays super well for what it is. But I think it just had so many problems at the very launch of it that kind of
They
shot
don't know
on
how to
itself.
launch a game.
They don't, but it's a solid game now. So I've played it, and I think it plays very very good on PC especially. I think the controls feel very very nice. But I'd be down to play this open world living.
They're talking about they're actually talking about it's more open world than like I have to find the article and I'll share with you guys after this. But I'm like I heard some shit like you going to different states, like it's in the mid
Ooh.
US.
Okay,
Like,
because the first one's in New York, second one's in Washington D.C., right?
yeah, I mean this is talking about like you can like say like some Forza shit like you can drive to like a different state that's going through the same shit.
Okay,
the same
okay.
side
So a little bit of the crew, which they did make that, and that failed. But anyway, that idea is not too outlandish.
We just bringing up their failures. We ain't celebrating successes. Right? That's crazy. You hate to see it.
But other than that,
That's about it.
yeah, I
That's
mean,
all I'm
I'd
saying.
be down for that. When do you think that's coming out?
Shit, I would be. I would say next year.
Next year? Okay.
Gotta be next year. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's it
Move on to
for
EA.
yeah, we're moving on to EA. Alrighty. My first prediction here is let's get Dragon Age. Let's fucking talk about that again. I want we got cock teased a little bit. Give me some more information about some Dragon Age action. All right, it's not too outlandish that you be telling me. You gave me a little teaser trailer. That's it. Show me just a cinematic. Give me a cinematic trailer saying that it's coming like in I don't know, holiday 2022. It's probably going to be like more like early 23, but hey. That's my first prediction. Ashton, any word on that?
But Dragon Age,
Yeah.
I think we'll get the name of it, and then we'll say summer 2022.
Okay. Now, did you?
I played Dragon Age 3.
Okay. I
think,
played
or
Dragon
was it 2?
Age.
Might have been
2 was one. I think one that a lot of people played. My dad loved Dragon Age. He played Origins and like he played 2 and then Origins, because that's where I started. I started
I think
on 2.
2 is pretty short.
Yeah, I think that was about right too.
Yeah, the one I played was pretty short, but it was fun. We got Mass Effect.
Mass Effect.
come out.
Yes, we got a teaser. Like we it just said Mass Effect is coming back. Like it's kind of what they alluded to.
But wasn't the Mass Effect coming back thing related to what the fuck we just got?
No. That
Like a
was an
legendary edition?
addition to it. Yeah, we got
Oh,
Hey, yes, it's coming.
another Mass
This
Effect.
we
That
got
could
an
fuck with us.
anniversary, and we're getting a new Mass Effect game. And BioWare's making it. Honestly, it saddens me every time I see BioWare making a game because I'm like, oh boy, Anthem just really shat you guys, didn't they? Like they just are they got dealt a bad card, and you gotta pick yourself up and you gotta run away from that horrible dumpster fire that it was Anthem.
Wasn't that a different installation of BioWare though that handled Anthem?
It is, but it was mainline BioWare, if I remember correctly, that did make that game.
I don't know if it was a bad hand that got dealt because there's a documentary about that whole situation. They spent almost an entire year working on waterfalls.
Yeah. That's right.
They did that.
I mean, the
shit
game looks
themselves.
great. The game looks great. It's a big, beautiful, empty world. So it had potential. It had so much potential.
I enjoyed that game. I enjoyed that game. The only issue with that game was Endgame had nothing to it, and the lack of support it received. Like Endgame wise, I feel like it could have been fine. I do not like EA's shitty take of, hey, I know how we're gonna fix it. We're gonna pull multiplayer from certain games. That's not your fucking issue. Multiplayer is the only thing that saved Anthem. The game is fucking good. I enjoyed it. I actually didn't beat it, and I'm saying why I didn't beat it because I know there's nothing for me when I beat it. That's the part why I don't want to beat it because there will be nothing for me there.
I did like the fact that I could make characters like, I could have dialogue options and stuff like that. But like it didn't really matter, which was kind of weird. And like, I don't know.
There are a lot of games with dialogue options in there. That's not really God to me. It's just a lack.
But I'm just thinking like you're BioWare. You're BioWare. You make Mass Effect and Dragon Age. Like, come on.
This is the thing where it's like you can't like hold like the same, with the same candle to everybody, like just because they have it. Because look how people treated fucking Andromeda, and I enjoyed Andromeda. No, what would you?
I think that fell into the same problem as the Division. It got bad rep when it launched, and then it got fixed, and then no one really gave a shit. But I still need to go back and play Andromeda because my roommate says the same thing. He says, "Yeah, solid game."
Yeah, it doesn't have the same Mass Effect feel, but sometimes you gotta step away from what you know and get a little reacquainted with something new. I didn't think it was that bad. The biggest problem I had was fucking the facial animations were god awful when it first came out. It was laughable, but now it's better.
Like Halo Infinite.
Greg. Halo Infinite's about to be a pile of shit that I'll still play.
We'll see. When do you guys think this is coming out?
For the Mass Effect thing, 2023. I'm going 23. Yeah.
I'm going holiday 2022.
Holiday 22.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am thinking September 2022. Yeah, I think
that'd be cool. That'd be quite.
Andromeda's been out a while, right?
Oh,
and that was when we were still hanging out with David. So.
Yeah, but that was also. I mean, we just got anniversary, but I mean,
I mean that's not as big of a project though.
No, I'm just saying, like, do you want to
still pissed on how they removed the multiplayer from Mass Effect 3? It gets to me. Good multiplayer. Well, it was just basically like Andromeda's multiplayer is like Mass Effect, it's just like wave defense, 7 waves, leave. But they added like DLC characters, like N7 characters that are pretty fucking cool. Dude, I played all the time. But N7 Destroyer, he had an automatic shoulder cannon that shot anything that got close to him. Like, you're fucking cool. But hopefully it comes back.
Well, the next game is gonna be pretty awesome. Skate 4, baby.
I have very mixed opinions about this.
I've heard your mixed feelings.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people don't agree with me.
Namely Nathan.
Yeah, but Ashton, go ahead and say your piece on it before I.
That to me is a summer game.
Okay.
But I don't think it's ready quite yet. I think it won't be ready till 2022. I'm gonna shoot for May. And yeah, I think it'll be pretty decent. I think it'd be kind of cool for them to implement something with like Tony Hawk because he just did.
You
He's
think
been
they're
talking about
gonna?
he's been getting a little too old. He just did his last. What?
Do you think
what
they're gonna put
trick
Tony
did
He
Hawk in Skate?
he basically went through
I
all
think
his old
maybe.
tricks and
Yeah.
did them for the last time.
Yeah. All his like really crazy ones, like McTwist and.
But you think they're gonna put him in Skate?
I think they would put him in there in some capacity. Absolutely.
Interesting, because he's never
I-
been in it. He's never been in Skate.
Yeah,
He hasn't.
I would have to disagree only because of what I found out today. A rumor going around that more pro skaters are getting done because
Remasters though, not new.
but it's
games.
still his name. You're not gonna put somebody in a game when his name is tied to something else getting remastered. Like his name is all
Especially if
over the shit.
Activision owns your ass.
Oh yeah, no, you're fuck. It's not happening because what they said was Bam Margera's brother, who's in a band, who his music popped up in Pro Skater 3 or 4. When he was doing an interview, I think about his music and about the games, he said in the next game. So people were like, "Hold up, you wouldn't say that if there was no next one coming out." So people were like, "Rumor is they're coming out with more," which I wouldn't mind.
I'm
think,
cool with.
Yeah.
I need more.
I
more
need
Tony Hawk
better
Pro Skater.
than what we got. I need custom games off rip. It took them almost like a half a year to come up with custom games for Pro Skater. That was the fucking shit show.
It was like 3 months.
Was it?
Yeah.
I did say almost half a
And
year.
they had multiplayer already.
Not custom games. I don't care about
Not
multiplayer.
custom?
I want it custom. Yeah. that
But
took
you're
until
talking
fall.
like custom maps and stuff.
No, talking about like fucking me and a buddy hanging out, just playing, just us, just chilling, like Skate has.
Oh.
It took them almost half a year to come out with that because that was a fall update, so it released in October. That just passed.
Okay.
Yeah, my 2 cents on this game. It's gonna come out March 2022, and people will the audience will play it, and then it will die. There's no fucking way that this game is gonna be top of the line. I know people have begged and squeezed the tit of EA for this game to come out. I think it's gonna be exactly like Mirror's Edge. People complain, why are we never getting a Mirror's Edge game? Where's a Mirror's Edge game? It comes out, no one fucking played it. The fans played it, and then they stopped talking about it. We never got it again. I think that's exactly what Skate 4 is going to do. And I just don't see it becoming this, like, continuation. It might last until, like, the summer, like, because I'm saying it's coming out in March. It might last all the way until the summer. I'll give it a couple months, but eventually it's going to die hard. It's just going to fucking drop to the floor.
The thing about it, and I challenge you on that like way of thinking by saying those games were meant to do that. Because the thing about it is, for a game that has like one selling point, like Mirror, it's not much to talk about. Neither
But the
with
thing
Skate.
is,
For months to talk about how good it is, and like, oh shit, I wanted this. But after that, what are you gonna talk about?
but no, I'm saying like playing it though. Like I think the player base is gonna go from like, let's say it's 100,000 people play it. I think it's gonna drop to like 30,000 people, if not less. It will drop that far in players.
I don't think so.
Of
You
who
think it's
who
gonna
play
drop
it.
70% within
Yes.
2 months?
Until the summertime. I'll give it like four months or so.
I feel like
And it'll
Skate's a
drop
perfect
about
summertime
about
game.
that far.
Here-
Yeah.
Let me bring up my thoughts on that, because when you look at like skateboarding games, you play them a lot in the very beginning, but they're always a game that you can play casually, like you don't have a lot of time, where you just want to chill out. That is a go-to game.
But here's my thing. It's
skateboarding.
not like okay. So you say skateboarding game. The last skateboarding game was a remake, but before that, we got a game that was kind of cloning Skate because we weren't
Crash
getting Skate, and then all of a sudden, and then before that, then what did we have? Skate 3? Like I don't know. Skateboarding games to me seem like it's gonna go out like Guitar Hero. It's gonna be like, oh yeah, we get a Guitar Hero and a Rock Band game, and then we're like, wait a minute, these
But
games
here's the
don't
thing,
these
Skate 3
games
still
don't
has
work
player-
in the modern era. and I think that's
Skate
what's
3
gonna do.
still has players though at the same time. Today.
Okay,
You can go
that is
find a game
exact.
right now.
That's exactly what Nathan tried to throw back at me. And yes, I do think there are still players that play that game, but I think the masses will not play that game. I think there is the fan base that will
Well,
have
yeah,
it,
it's a skateboarding game.
but
It's
I
not,
think.
it's not going to be like Call of Duty.
But remember how Skate 3 was. Everyone talked about Skate 3. Oh yeah, I bought Skate 3. I'm
Skate 3
playing
was
it.
no-
Blah blah
no
blah.
one
Robin
was
Bacon
playing
in
at the
it. Lil Wayne's in it for some fucking reason. But to me, it just doesn't. I think it's gonna go out exactly how Guitar Hero and Rock Band did. We're all gonna be like, "Oh, great, it's back! Yay, music games!" And then we're gonna go, oh yeah, that was fun when I was in middle school and high school, but I don't know about this anymore." And I think it's just because it just dies out. That style of gameplay will die out. So my thing is now, EA, prove me wrong, because they fucking they'll half-ass a game to get it out there so the name recognition gets it, and then they'll move on. It's the same. Activision does the same thing. So I want to see if EA can do it. Is make a skate game for the modern era, and have that multiplayer Twitch aspect of things, like make it fun for me to play online, and because you're gonna have to, and give me like.
Think about it. What do you want to make it fun? It was already fun online. You got races, you got trick challenges, you got skate like
All
skate,
of meat, bro.
But the thing is
so
like those are arcade games. Those are to me a
what
game
more do
that
you want out of a niche like thing that already is like in itself? Like skateboarding is
That's
arcade.
what I'm saying.
Itself.
That's what I'm saying. You're asking yourself that question as well. Because, like, to
No,
me,
I'm not.
you're going to play. Well, here's my thing. You're going to play those multiplayer, those little mini games, those little, like, things that they're, oh, yeah, break your bones and see how far you can kill yourself, which is fine and fun. But after a while, that's not a game you're going to keep playing 100% of the time, if not, like, throwing into your rotation of gameplay. You're eventually going to go, yep, I had my time, and I'm going to move on. It's going to end up like Fall Guys. It's going to end up like Valheim. It's going to end up like all those other games that just kind of hit their mark, and then they just piddle out because everyone just goes, oh, yeah,
you
it's
cannot
fun.
bring Fall Guys in this conversation. That shit only did one thing, though. There's a
Yeah.
lot more depth to skate than
I'm
there
just
is
saying
Fall
in the sense of popularity, I don't think that game has the weight that it can stand on or skate on for it to go and be, I don't know, a game that goes on to be trying to be game of the year of mechanically.
I think it's going to have as much weight as Skate 3 did.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The
As
thing,
what?
what do you at Skate
Skate
3?
3
What is
did.
your idea of big?
No, I don't think it's
Yeah.
going to be as popular as Skate 3. There's no fucking
Oh, it's
way.
gonna be as popular.
No
as Skate 3.
fucking
Oh, yeah.
way
yeah.
that
It's
that
gonna be
game
better
will
than
be that
Skate
way.
3.
No,
Oh, yeah.
I don't see. It might be better than Skate 3. I don't see it having the weight as Skate 3 did. That was a time. That was the 2010s. That's your fucking 2010 self saying that skateboarding's cool. It fucking moved on, and we use it as transportation now.
Yeah,
We
you could say
attach
the
a
same
motor
way
to
that
it to go up a hill
you-
now. So
Look, you
like,
could say the same thing as fucking Forza. How many times you done started that bitch up and drove in a car? Well, you could do that shit in real life. That's the
You were
same.
talking about getting the fucking
but here's my thing.
wheel for it.
No, but here's my thing with Forza Horizon. Forza Motorsport, it does reinvent itself, and it's the only racing game that really everyone likes to play. And then Forza Horizon adds that element of change. That's what I'm trying to say. It needs to have an element of being something
What's the
different.
element of change in Forza Horizon?
Element of first off, the map changes. Second off, the style of how the game plays. It's open world, so there's no open world driving game. It's its own. It makes its own thing. It makes its own genre of game. And to me, like,
crew
if
in
you're
the
gonna
overworld
be,
driving?
it fucking failed. Why? Because it wasn't fun. It was too spaced out. Forza Horizon knows how to like space everything out and keep the map straightforward and fun. So to me, if Skate's gonna be this big fucking game, which I'm not saying it can't be, I'm just saying it to me needs to really prove itself of how EA has presented games before, which it doesn't do very well. It really, they're a company at the end, and people always criticize why EA is the most hated company in all of the fucking world for some goddamn reason. I don't know. They're not. They're a company. They do their own business. But the thing is
EA
like,
owns only started because of the fucking whole like Battlefront 2 debacle. That's the only reason why
But,
everyone said it was their fucking ass.
but
I didn't hear
my
any EA slander until that point.
but the thing is also if they're gonna do it, if they're gonna make this game, that they need to reinvent the game. You can't give me that, because that's what I'm saying. If you're gonna give me Skate 3, do not fucking release it. You need to give me something more than just that. Give me a story mode. Give me a thing that makes me more like
They've had
character.
story mode.
I understand that, but it's not fucking good. It's just like, hey, you're a guy that showed up to this city, and now you gotta go and I'll take pictures of you while you're fucking skateboarding. I don't give a shit about that. Give me a reason to care about my guy. If you're gonna make me pay $70 fucking for this game, because you know EA's gonna do it, you gotta give me a reason to pay that extra money. If you're telling me Skate 3 is gonna be $70 fucking now, put that shit back on the shelf. Do not release it. It's not gonna be good. That's what I'm telling you. Like, I don't know what they gotta do, but that's not my
But you're
concern.
thinking they're just gonna do you think they're gonna do a copy and paste?
And that's what that's what a lot of people keep fucking saying too. They're like, I wouldn't mind if it's just Skate 3 but for the new consoles. You fucking mind?
Yeah,
that would
I
be
wasn't-
dog
I
shit.
disagree with that.
I wasn't
I
fucking
disagree
saying
with
that.
that.
Yeah,
Everyone keeps saying that, and it's like, oh yeah, I'd definitely keep fucking. I'd play it no matter what it is. I'd play Skate 4. It's gonna be great. I'm like, they have to do something different. They
But
have
of course
to bring
you're
it.
gonna do something different. The core, the thing about it is the things you mentioned about like say Forza, like how it changes and like things they add to it. Of course, those are probably rumored to come back, but it's still gonna be like Skate 3-esque in the end, just like Call of Duty in the end turned out to be the same fucking shit. Its core will always still be there, but it's what they choose to do with it.
That's
We
not
don't
what I'm
know- we
saying.
don't-
I'm not saying change what it was originally around. Because
No,
then why
I never.
name it
No, I
Skate?
never said that. What I'm saying
just
is, of
did.
course, no. I said the core is always going to be the same, but you're expecting like it's not gonna. Oh my god, you're expecting like there's not going to be obvious changes. It's kind of like what you're sounding like. Oh, like you have to give me this, or there's going to be changes without a doubt. Does anybody know what the fuck they're going to be? Absolutely not, because they haven't really shown anything on it besides, hey, it's coming. So we could revisit this, and we could see who's panning out to be the right one if it happens, which it has to be shown like next week. It fucking has to.
It better be there. Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
like a lot of the games, like I would say the same thing going back to Starfield or whatever. It has to be shown because it's been too long since you said something and we ain't get shit.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
hold this.
true.
I hold the same thing, but do I think like basically I expect it to be Skate 3-esque in terms of like you just have to build on top of it. It was a solid game, but I expect it to be built upon even further past what we've seen now. And that's how a lot of games are now. Because Forza in itself is just Forza built upon. They're fucking good though. For if you like them, I'm not really into shit like that, but I know they're solid. I'm not ashamed of admitting that. And I looked at them like, damn, you
But
kind of
that's
want to play this shit.
but what I'm saying is like if you're gonna compare it to Forza Horizon, because I'm assuming that's the one you're comparing it to, not Motorsport. Forza Horizon adds more of an element to story. They've been adding more and more story elements of like you are who you are, and they even say like they even say, hey Ryan, I have something to do for you. Like they'll tell you that, and you get to create your character. You get to go and do these things. You don't get to like you have not so much as like, oh, it's a narrative, but like there is somewhat of a
That's
like
kinda
something's
fucking
going on.
ass.
And what?
That's kind of fucking ass.
That they say my name?
No, like just like the whole like idea of like if that's what like the story entails, it's kind of fucking dog shit in my personal opinion.
But the
Because
thing is
go ahead.
that's not like what the whole core of it is. It's just they keep adding to it because at the end of the day, you got to make car go vroom vroom. That's the main thing. If car don't go vroom and I can't customize my car to go vroom, then people aren't gonna go play your fucking car racing game. They're gonna go, why is my car not go vroom? So it's a very last minute thing, but I think that like that to me seems like more of a they build on it. They keep going more on it. The maps get bigger, the graphics get better. So like, and it gets more and more modern because they're the ones leading the charge for an open world car racing game. For when you go over to, because what the last one we got is what, Dirt. Dirt's the only thing competing against that game. So
That's what I mean. Skate's the only thing leading the skate charge or skateboarding.
well, you got Tony Hawk coming back now, so you can't just be. I'm not. I'm saying they got another one coming at some point, probably. Activision ain't reviving. Yeah, but I'm just saying, Activision ain't reviving shit for no reason. Like, look at Spyro. We got a Spyro collection, and then we got a new fucking Spyro game. So like, probably. Well, actually, no, we didn't get a new Spyro game. But I'm just saying, like, if Activision's remaking your game and giving you remasters, that means something's in the fucking chamber. So I'm just saying, if Tony Hawk's coming out with another one, you're not going to be the only one skating around. And you got another game that's like a third party that pretty much essentially copied your whole fucking formula and made it more complicated to try and do a kickflip because you got to use both sticks to do that shit. But
That's
I don't
fucking
know.
ass.
But the
It's
thing
about
is
who
like,
does it well.
yeah, that's competition. But I'm
They
just
had
saying,
the shit that you could even do it on the Wii Fit board. You guys remember that?
I remember that.
You stand on that shit and try
oh,
and
the
do
Tony
kick
Hawk
flip.
ride or whatever the hell it was called.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
right. It was right.
That shit.
I think that was the last Tony Hawk game, actually.
The new one, yeah. For new ones, yeah. It's either that or
Oh.
like Proving Ground or some shit.
Well, we talked a lot about Skate.
Yeah.
Got a little heated. Let's move to the next one.
Okay.
Let's talk about Battlefield 6.
I said my spiel
What are
of
we
it.
expecting?
I think at the EA conference, we're just seeing multiplayer gameplay. I
I
think we
agree.
saw our story gameplay. We'll see story gameplay at the EA or at the Battlefield reveal that's happening later this week, and then we'll see multiplayer at E3 at their EA Play thing.
Okay.
And then that's it.
I
Is
think
there
the
a
opposite.
play it or no?
This is what?
What?
Would
Is
you
there
ask?
a release date for that yet or no?
Oh, I already said the release
No.
date was going to be talked about at the Microsoft conference,
Okay.
but there's no release date so far.
Do you have a guess? Because you don't have one listed.
It's at the top of the notes here.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
But
But you're saying September 17th?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's where I'm going with. What, Tyler? What were you gonna say?
Yeah, what?
About
You
Battlefield
were gonna
6.
say something. You think the opposite.
Oh yeah, I
What's
think
going on?
multiplayer is shown on a little bit of both actually, shown on the 9th, and then we get more, maybe like a actual like trailer for both multiplayer and campaign. Nothing like too crazy, and then like E3 is where we actually see gameplay. And if I had to pick a day, it's coming out. I would just say like November this year. I don't think it takes that long for Battlefield to come out, especially not when it's this close. Like showing it, all these fucking leaks that are happening. I'm pretty sure it's about fucking.
It ain't a Battlefield game if it ain't got no leaks coming out.
Yeah, I don't know. I never like honestly as I fucking. The more like I had to like go through like classes for, like my game design shit, the more like every time I hear a leak, I really don't believe it in terms of like you really let some motherfucker get through your shit like that. I feel like companies honestly just put shit out themselves and you're like, hey, it got leaked. Hey, look at this. Look at us. We doing shit. It's like, okay, cool. But like
if
you gonna tell me like,
Microsoft, you gotta scan in your badge if you're gonna be working into your computer.
and it's like you gotta like you really had a whole partial trailer get leaked, and you really the only one that was ever believable that it could have been an actual leak is somebody got screenshots. But I'm pretty sure a company knows how to lock up a Zoom call because they said, oh, the person probably got into our Zoom call and then fucking screenshotted what we were talking about because it was so like blurry. I'm like, you're fucking EA. Someone got into your Zoom meeting? What? No, absolutely not. No, I don't believe you. You leaked it yourself. You say that. You say like fucking Roger from the second floor just like let me do it. Let me take the L, guys.
Yeah, our fucking mailman took a picture.
So you realize
on a
whenever these
flip
leaks
phone.
happen, they don't really care. It's like, oh damn. It's
Ah,
like
Oh,
trying
well.
to. It's like fucking like I don't know, like working out for a whole fucking summer and then like, oh my god, my shirt magically fell off. Look at me. Like, no, bitch, we know what you're doing. Right? You got a 6-pack, you looking good. Keep it moving. We get you. Like, you leaked this shit yourself. But I didn't even see that any part of that leaked trailer because I think like 20 seconds of a trailer got released somewhere. I just seen the
No,
screenshots.
it's funny. It's like that meme. Oh no. Anyway.
Yeah, like oh, continue. It's like all right, come on. Like, buddy, you've been stuck in a house. You had to even out your other arm. Be
All
alright.
right. Well, we'll move on to Ryan. Ryan, you said something about Sims, another Sims game.
Yeah, this is my big EA and guess. Sims 5 comes out March 2022. Seems like it's time You've put enough DLC into that fucking game of Sims 4. Do not give me another one. Just go Sims 5. Just sell it. Just give me the thing. And then
Okay.
yeah, I don't know what you're gonna do with it, but say Sims 5. I hate saying Sims 4. It's a weird number to end, but you know it's EA, so do whatever you want. But I think that's March 2022. That's my big guess.
Okay. I don't really care about The Sims, so I don't really have anything about that. I don't even have a prediction for it, so
Mhm.
I'm gonna pass the buck on that one. Anything for you, Tyler?
Fuck no, just my mom plays it. That's about it. I bought some
Oh,
DLCs for it.
okay.
She don't really like 4. She likes 3. So
Um, okay. One of my out there ones, because yeah, I don't really know. I couldn't come up with like a lot of stuff that I thought was really gonna happen, so I have a couple out there predictions. This is one of them. I think Dice is gonna, they got a year left on that. EA has a year left on that contract. I'm thinking either Dice or another entity within EA is gonna be making one last Star Wars game before their contract expires. I don't know what it's gonna be about. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea what it's gonna be. I think they got one more game in them for Star Wars, and that's it. Um, that's all I got for that. Anything on that for you guys? What do you guys think?
I mean, maybe. I don't know. There's a lot that EA is kind of just passed the buck on, so I don't know if they're just gonna take the L. But hey, Last Jedi did really well, so we'll see. Or not Last Jedi, the what's
Fallen
the
Order.
fucking Fallen Order. That's right.
I just need more games like that. If
Souls-like games.
They don't have to be Souls like. It's more so just like,
Action adventure.
yeah. I guess platformer
That's
E
such a
Star
weird
Wars game.
fucking
Cause think about it,
genre.
like this was probably brought about from the remnants of Star Wars, 1313.
I wanted that
Was
game
you
a
were supposed
lot, really badly.
This is probably what you Fallen Order is probably what came out of that. Star Wars 1313 walked so Fallen Order could run essentially. Because that game was looking clean. I think it was like some bounty hunter on a planet. It had some clean ass like intro for it. Like you were on like something else. I think you were on a ship, like falling into like this hole, like this planet of like filled with bounty hunters, and you're just fucking fighting. That shit's just going. And actually, while I look at it right now, it does seem really reminiscent. Sorry, of Fallen Order. I never beat Fallen Order because I got busy, but I fucking enjoyed every part of it. It was annoying at times, but it was fucking good. I can't see
Cool.
them doing another one. Like, what you're kind of like, what part of the Star Wars lore are you gonna cover?
I mean, there's a whole fucking universe out there that, like, the
Is
movies
it
don't even
interesting
touch.
enough for
So,
people to want to play a game about it?
dude, yeah.
I mean, hell, they made a whole
Fucking
fucking TV show about rogue clones. I
That's
mean,
kind of lit though.
yeah, I mean that's the thing.
Yeah.
You can do that. You can make the Bad
You can
Batch.
make
You
a
can
game
make
on that.
yeah, and I mean they did. There's
A mainline game though, like something like high
there's
production
Rogue
value.
Squadron.
Fucking Rogue
Or not Rogue
yeah.
Squadron. I can't remember. You
That
were
was a
clone
Nintendo 64
troopers.
game.
You were clone troopers that eventually I can't remember what you were, but you're a squad. You're a squad of clone troopers. It was on PC for a while. I think now it's been officially released and got a remake on PlayStation. I think, or it's coming to.
Okay.
But yeah, so I mean, yeah, you could do that. There's a lot you can do with Star Wars.
I mean, there's like a whole ton of shit that
Give
they
me
don't
a
cover
give me
in the
a,
movies.
a cowboy game with smugglers and running whatnot.
Was Red Dead not enough?
Well, a space cowboy is what I meant. Like, what essentially Han Solo and Chewbacca were doing before Luke and Obi-Wan found him. But yeah, I can see that happening. Titanfall 3, you got any predictions on that? I think it's coming fall 2022. It just seems like with Apex on the
Was
rise.
that officially announced?
It's not official yet,
No.
but it's pretty heavy. So
Oh, we've seen heavy shit fall and die before, so I don't want to say anything concrete
I
on
hope.
that at all.
I just hope
but
it doesn't
I've
come
heard,
out at a bad time again.
I mean, I've heard
Yeah.
many times that they were never interested in doing a Titanfall 3. So I take everything with a grain of salt.
But
Like
I don't
for
know.
example,
Apex doing a lot better, giving them a lot of money right now.
the thing is, then why take away from it? You know what I'm saying? Like, why not just the smartest thing to do was to like if you really wanted something like crazy is like just add like a Apex story mode and call it a fucking day.
Hmm.
Charge
Maybe.
$30 for it, have all the characters in there. Cause I'm not fucking paying $60 for Apex story mode. You fuck no. Charge $30 for it, keep it pushing, get the characters interacting with each other, actually have a story in between. Cause that's what they kind of
No
did.
more comic book bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they kind of do with like the comic book stuff. It's like in between it, there's a story there. Like the last I think heavy story they had was like something involving Loba and killing Remnant. Like, give me something like that. Just put it. Like again, I would want a Titanfall, another Titanfall game. Titanfall 2 is great, but do I think it's happening? I have very slim hopes of that.
Not very optimistic.
No.
When do
Absolutely.
you think it's coming out, Ryan? If it comes out, you say.
I
when?
said fall 2022.
Okay.
Give
It's a rough
Respawn.
time to launch.
Yeah.
Rough time to launch.
I mean,
this fall,
they've
shooters.
EA always releases Titanfall in the fall, and it fails every time. But hey, here we are.
Yeah. I mean,
But with a lot of the notoriety now, it could probably do pretty well.
it could probably do a lot better now this time around. I hope so. I mean, that'd be cool. I don't think it will happen. I do think Apex is going to be getting an update revolving around having something to do with Titans in some capacity this fall, around September 7th. Be my specific guess. As an update, I don't know if that would be like its own game mode or like a little story, something. Because they are saying that Apex is no longer just going to be just a battle royale. You know, they have their arenas game mode they have out now, which is pretty good. But they have a lot more in store, according to them. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll see what happens with that. What do you think about the updates going to Apex this year and next year? Tyler.
I mean, I mean, depending on what they're bringing, like the arenas is a definitely good addition. I feel like, uh, I would just be more interested if you're gonna say like, hey, it's gonna be more than this. Then what else are you giving me? Is what I want to see. Like I said, the campaign would be nice. Do like some fucking survival like shit. Titanfall had like survival like things as well.
Hmm. Okay.
Final last two games.
Final shit. Yep.
Mine's Medal of Honor mainline game coming fall 2022. You got to give me a Medal of Honor, something to challenge. I know it's weird how EA owns both Medal of Honor and Battlefield, but like, come on, give it to me right here. Give me a Medal of
As
Honor
much
game
as I
next
want
year.
to agree to you, I don't see Medal of Honor recovering after what happened to them with Warfighter.
Yeah, and the remake and stuff like that. But the other thing is I guess the VR game did pretty solid. So I don't know. I just want the Medal of Honor used to be like my military game. That was the game I always played. Frontline is still to me one of the best military games of all time, and yeah, I think it would be really cool if they bring it back. So in some capacity. Maybe do it off and on of like how Forza does their Forza Horizon and Forza Motorsports every other year. You get Medal of Honor and Battlefield every other year. So
Okay.
I mean, Call of Duty fucking does 3 games, so I don't know. Figure it out.
Yeah, it's just the legal issues surrounding the last Medal of Honor. I feel like just hold it back. Which
The legal issue between Medal of Honor?
yo, did you not realize why? Did you not know why fucking Warfighter kind of failed?
No, but the other thing is Medal of Honor is back. They did make another one. It was just a VR game though. It came out last year.
I don't think it's going. I know that. I don't think it's going as big as it did. Like I said, that's why we probably haven't really seen like a big one because what the legal issue is Warfighter really resembled like it might have been the operation to take down a certain someone, and people in the military were contacted by people making Warfighter and disclose information that civilians should never know. That's why Warfighter never had any support for it after a while, because EA found that shit out and a whole bunch of people got sued for it, and they're like, oh, well, you're done.
Okay.
You weren't supposed to do that.
I think that, I mean, sure, whatever. The best way to hit EA is in their wallet, but I also think that that was a while ago, and you still have a name that everyone knows. I mean, it's eventually gonna die. Like Medal of Honor is not. It's not a mainline name that everyone knows anymore, but it's still a pretty big brand to just kind of toss to the side for the EA catalog, especially since they have most of the Medal of Honor games available on EA Play. So, except Frontline.
I don't give
But
a shit about Frontline. I would like Warfighter back. The fucking best one I played. I spent like a whole fucking summer just only playing that.
but that's my last game. I think it's fall 2022. That's our thing.
All right, I'll close it out here with another out there: Plants vs Zombies: Garden Warfare 3, coming out this July.
PopCap Zone.
Yep. You know, just to throw it in there. It's another good summer game. You know, arcadey enough. You know, you can play with your kids. You know, a lot of fun. Garden Warfare 2, I even played. It was pretty good. So, I don't see why they wouldn't make a third one. And yeah, I think that about does it.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was the pre-E3 show. Good God, it's 3 hours long. Anyway, if you joined us through this magical week of E3 pre-predictions, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys comment what you guys think. Ashton, if you can get us the schedule from the EA email up right here now.
Yeah. Here we go. We got Saturday, June 12th, pre-show start. They're going to be kicking off with conferences from Ubisoft and Gearbox Entertainment, as well as a session from GamesBeat, whoever the fuck they are. Sunday, the 13th, going to be doing Microsoft's long-awaited Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase, 10 a.m. Pacific Time, 1 p.m. Eastern. Looks like you'll also be looking forward to some presentations from Square Enix and the PC Gaming Show, as well as the Future Games Show, whatever that is. Don't forget about Warner Brothers Games. Back for Blood, specifically, going to be there by Turtle Rock Studios. And 24 Entertainment will also be featured that day. So that's a jam-packed day right there. Sunday's going to be a hell of a fucking day. Then we got Monday, the 14th. Looks like we're going to be looking at Take-Two Interactive, Mythical Games, Freedom Games, Razer, and Capcom. Looks like Verizon and Intellivision are also going to be featured. And whatever Ven is, VENN. Then we got on Tuesday, the 15th, last day of E3 will include Nintendo's Nintendo Direct and Nintendo Treehouse. Live at 9 a.m. Pacific Time at noon Eastern. Bandai Namco, GameSpot. Yeah, okay. So that's basically
Bandai
just
Namco
like
better
Nintendo.
hit me with some fucking heat. I swear to God.
We'll see. We'll see what mobile games they come out with.
Mobile? What the fuck? Hey, don't you disrespect that? Like, I mean, they mediocre.
Pac-Man
anime
Forever
people.
was great.
I'm talking about fucking anime. They don't do a great job with anime. But Dragon Ball Kakarot was a fucking heater, right? And now there's a fucking rumor of some My Hero shit going on. So, hold these, right? If it happens, it happens. I'm hoping we get an anime My Hero fighting game like Dragon Ball Fighters. I probably wouldn't be depressed anymore.
All right, well there you go. There you go, Capcom. Figure it out.
Well, it's Bandai.
Oh, Bandai Namco. You do your thing.
Yeah, do that for me.
Quit
Bandai
making
or Bandai?
Bandai. Quit making Plinko machines and wait, that's wait, what's the other one? I can't remember.
I know.
Man, lost that steam for that one, didn't you?
Yeah, dude. Okay, first off, I want to let you all know we've recorded this for 3 fucking hours. It's 2:41 in the goddamn morning on a Friday. Like,
5:42 for me.
it's Saturday morning. We were started this on. It took us 2 whole days to record. Not 2 whole days. It took us 2 days to record this because, yeah, it's a lot of things. It's E3. It's how it always is. But thank you guys so much for joining. If you guys want to watch more, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. We will do a post E3. We will be probably streaming most of these things, at least our reactions to it if we don't get approved. And we don't want E3 to be hunting us down. Yeah, it's going to be fun. We hope you guys enjoy the show that E3 will present. And yeah, comment sections below. Please tell us what you guys think for each of the topics. I'll probably split these up in topic order of each company. Just to make it easier on my life. And that's really it. By the way, we played all this Call of Duty live for you guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. And that's why I kept.
You added it to the fucking thing?
Yeah, I recorded the whole thing.
No, I'm fine with that. I always thought like podcasts should have some sort of like background.
Yeah, no, I usually do since we're unable to record in person still. We will hopefully eventually be able to record in person for Bitcade, but for now we're just kind of still doing the digital version. And eventually we'll kind of plan to do it back again. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great E3. Tyler, Pluvio, thank you for joining. Ashton, like always, thank you for joining because you kind of work here, so that's kind of the thing. Yeah. Tyler, look at me. Look at me. Look at my guy. Look at my guy. See you in hell. Kill me! Kill me! Brother! Good night, everybody. Enjoy E3. No, let me die! Oh, God!
Rain fire!
Let's read this entire thing.
God leaves them. Okay, got it.
Oh, sweet, a sex swing.
Oh!
And there's the lucky gal.
Do
Is that a baby in there? Oh, bro.